see the usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
Well,
not my first choice, but on this day, David Gilmour, the guitarist for Pink Floyd, Born.
what would be your first choice?
Well, I would have played something that featured him singing and playing. But you know, you don't want to frighten people away.
You went too deep, Carrie. You went too deep.
Well, see, to me,
even that one was a little deep.
I don't know that song. Really.
You don't know really?
No, I mean I know I've listened to that record, The Wall, but I just don't remember that song and so I looked it up. Released as a single off the album in 1980.
Yes,
Pink Floyd. And there's another version of it that I see that I'd be curious to hear.
A remake?
Yeah, there are several.
Let's see.
But there's Dweezil Zappa, who is a hell of a good guitarist.
Yeah.
And Ainsley Dunbar and that whole crew from, Frank Zappa's kid, and he has a great band. It's mostly his dad's old band.
Yeah.
And they did a version of Run Like Hell, it says here, which I think would be fascinating to hear.
Huh.
Yeah. So there you go. I like that. Was really good. I love that when like you'll pull out Bowie songs that I haven't heard. And it's a live version.
Yep.
That sounds good. Yeah.
Sounds pretty much like the.
Yeah. It's Pink Floyd. Did we say that?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Pink Floyd. Yeah.
Did we?
Yeah. Do we have?
I mean, you have to.
I always like.
Remember where you are.
I always like the Pink Floyd T-shirts, which was Floyd the Barber from the Andy Griffith Show, and it was
They
all
were
in
they
pink.
were pink shirts. Yeah.
Yes, I loved those shirts. So hi, it's you can't smell alcohol on my breath, can you?
Are you refusing a subpoena?
That's just it's a question that as a news interviewer, I am now going to ask.
It's the newsman in you
every guest
that asked this question.
I'm going to say to every guest I ever interview from now on, so, do I smell alcohol on your? I was so thrilled
that
to
she
hear
asked that.
Yeah,
exactly.
Aaron Burnett on CNN. Now, I didn't see it until later, but I just happened, when I got in my car, I happened to turn on the radio, and CNN was on the radio, the audio feed from CNN. And it was at that very moment, and I thought, who's she talking to? She said, there are all these comments that you have an alcohol, and I think I smell alcohol on your breath right now.
Who's she talking to?
She's talking to Sam Nunberg, who is a minor functionary in the Donald Trump campaign, or at least seemed to be a minor. We'll find out, I guess.
Depends on the time of day and who you're asking.
Yeah.
How important he was.
And it depends on the time of day and how drunk Mr. Nunberg is.
Yes.
So he got subpoenaed, I guess, or maybe got subpoenaed by Robert Mueller.
He was served a subpoena.
But what was amazing?
He was waving it around on all the news stations.
What was amazing about it is how he managed to instantly commandeer the entire news cycle.
Which you have to ask yourself, maybe it was by design.
Well, I wondered
so
that.
they can point to him and go, see,
we're all paying attention to this crazy drunk guy who at the end of the day finally said, well, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it. So we were paying attention to him all day,
testify.
Not looking at the whole Mitt Romney thing, not looking at the Steele, the Carl Icahn making money, and a couple of other things that we weren't looking at while we were paying attention to the crazy drunk guy.
Sam, we know you like to have a cocktail. We'll give you $5,000 if you just do this. Because he is an associate of Roger Stone.
As he has said, he's a self-admitted student of Roger Stone. And Roger Stone is so famous for these kind of things.
Roger Stone is the biggest prankster and disruptor in modern political history.
What's the harm in him going out on the news saying, I'm not going to follow a subpoena, then at the end of the day saying, all right, I'm going to do it.
And isn't it, but all of the news people fall in line.
They all fall in line because it's sexy to have a crazy person on the news.
It was riveting. I watched it.
I went and watched it. Then I went and watched it, and I saw her, and I saw her all, Aaron Burnett I'm talking about now, I also saw her kind of thinking, why am I doing this? This guy is obviously playing it. he's crazy, and I don't. Why am we doing this?
Don't pay attention to the fact that Russia probably picked your Secretary of State.
Oh yeah, we don't want Mitt Romney.
Yeah. Don't pay attention to that. Don't pay attention to Carl Icahn selling off his steel.
No.
And then 2 weeks later, boom, tariffs. Don't pay attention to any of that. Watch the crazy person.
What's more fun?
Yeah.
It's way more fun.
All
right. I guess we got to get the show started.
We do.
We'll officially begin it in just a second. We would like to have your check-ins. Just kind of be a part of the least popular feature we have ever done on the Radio from Hell show.
It's a great honor. Maybe you're drunk.
Listen, so call 877-602-9696. Tell us what you're doing, where you're going, how you're going to do it, who you're doing it with. What substances you may be involved. We just want to hear a little thumbnail sketch of your life this morning. 877-602-9696. You can also check in by texting 33986. We just want to hear from you. That's the point, okay?
And we have Disney on Ice tickets for a random checker-inner.
Well, that's nice for a least popular feature.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right. We'll take your phone calls coming up after these. Hastur Games and Hobbies, it's HasturGames.com is their website, HASTUR Games.com. And they've been in business for a long, long time. They've been doing the tabletop gaming when it wasn't cool. But now it's like made a resurgence. People are interested in the tabletop, the board games. Again, if you're a gamer, if you love to play games, board games like D&D, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, you're going to love Hastur Games. They carry the best selection of all the latest board games and Magic products. They buy pre-owned board games and Magic products,
I didn't know
too.
they did that.
So, I mean, you got a shelf full of that stuff, and it's in good condition. You just don't play it as much. I got a bunch of that. Take it down. They'll probably buy it from you. Hastur Games at 6831 South State. They are open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday, and noon to 5 p.m. on Sunday. Great place to stay and play. If you're thinking about buying a game, they'll let you demo it before you buy it.
Nice.
They've got the game table set up there. It's all ready for you.
Like a test drive.
Exactly. So check them out sometime. You might find some gifts to give. And I always recommend gift certificates to Hastur Games, located at 6831 South State Street, or online, HasturGames.com. Remember, Hastur has it.
X96 is your home for non-stop music. We give you...
Spine. Spell it with me now. S-P-I-N-E. Spine. And now we'll use it in some dialogue, featuring our two Utah men, Levar and Legrand. Elder Legrand Ardun Jr. has called his friend Levar with worries on his mind. Never fails. It's always during my favorite show. Yellow.
Levar?
Yeah.
It's Legrand.
Legrand, how's it going?
I'm a worried man, Levar. I don't know what to do. It's about Midge.
Well, how is the lovely Mrs. Dunn Legrand?
Well, Levar, she ain't herself these days.
What do you mean she ain't herself? Well, who is she then?
Well, she's Midge, but she's not Midge.
Huh?
Well, first off, she's been losing weight, Levar. She may have knocked off close to 100 pounds. She had to go out and buy a whole new set of moo-moos. And they're designer moo-moos, too. The Dawn hoe collection.
Well, that is odd, Legrand.
And she started to wear makeup again.
Huh?
She hasn't worn makeup since we got married, LeVar. A woman with 16 kids doesn't have any place wearing makeup, LeVar.
That is strange.
And it's not even New Skin or Mary Kay, LeVar. It's that kind of makeup that Claudia Schifter wears.
Anything else?
Well, she covered up the I Heart Family Home Evening bumper sticker on the back of the Suburban with one that says, "Mean people suck."
Something is definitely up, Legrand.
I know. So, I've been kind of trying to track down her whereabouts to see what's up.
You mean you've been spying on Midge?
Well, I wouldn't call it spying exactly. Just keeping tabs, you know, like waiting down the street from the house and then following her car.
Spying, that's what that is, Legrand, spying. Well, did you find out anything?
Well, when she said she was going to Relief Society, I followed her, and she ended up at the Deseret Gym. I think she may be working out, LeVar.
Well, mayhaps she's just trying to get in shape and improve her quality of life. Mayhaps she's tired of being as big as a Winnebago.
She's the mother of all my 16 kids, LeVar. She's not supposed to improve her quality of life. Her role as my spiritual partner is to improve my quality of life.
You find out anything else when you was spying on her?
Well, yesterday I caught her waxing her legs, shaving her armpit hair.
The hell you say? We got big trouble, Legrand. I'm going to jump in the truck and be right over. That is, if the truck will start. You know, she might be trying to become a feminist or something worse. She hasn't said anything about, you know, taking night classes or the like, has she?
No. What are we going to do, LeVar?
Well, we're going to keep spying on her, Legrand. Let's just hope that we don't find out that she's going to the symphony or the ballet or nothing like that. Tell you what, though, if we do, you pack them kids up in that Suburban and you skedaddle out of there.
X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, 619.
We need a hot dog cannon.
Do we?
I need to see one in operation because I've only heard the legend. I don't know how it
straps
works.
on your arm. It looks like a big hot dog, and I would imagine you can put about, and there are two. So it looks like a big hot dog, and there's a bun there and a bun there, and it's black, and it hooks on your arm. And I think there's probably like 5 or 6 hot dogs in each chamber, and they're wrapped. Okay. And I would assume they're warm.
All right.
And it doesn't shoot them very far.
I'm glad they're wrapped.
They're wrapped up in the silver.
That was my concern right away. Was you what are you picking them up off the floor and eating them? What is this?
Yeah, but it looks like great fun.
Okay.
I gotta say. All right.
We're
starting out how much we can get a hot dog cannon for. Okay.
Starting the show brought to you by LASIK at Hoops Vision. Now, this resolution is easy. Ask about 24 months, 0 interest, and their See Clearly guarantee. Schedule your free LASIK consultation today, 877-30-LASIK, or go to hoopsvision.com.
So the moon is, it's beautiful this morning. It is a waning gibbous moon, 77.2% of full. We'll have a new moon on March 17th and the full moon on March 31st. The moon will set today, so you have plenty of time to go out and look at it. You see it?
Yes.
9:45 is when the moon will set today. Today being Tuesday. It's the 6th day of March in the year of our Lord 2018, and this is North America's most horrific radio broadcast. It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. Man, I'm going to sneeze. Kerry Jackson, me, Bill Allred, there's Gina Barberi. The senior executive producer of the Radio from Hell show is Richard, waiting for Kerry to die, Stedman. Dylan Allred is producing video for the show that you can see at x96.com/live.
Where you can also see the amazing lash cam. You're seeing it right now.
I am?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the lash cam. Look at that. Amazing lash studio. Gina Barberi's lashes. And Katie for short. Oh, lash cam. Katie for short is here helping out today. And on this day in 1950, Silly Putty went on sale for the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Silly Putty.
Silly Putty.
Carrie's fondly remembering.
I love Silly
I
Putty.
spend hours lifting images off of the color
Comic
funny,
strip, yeah.
funny papers.
And then it was also a bouncy ball.
Yep.
And then it got full of dirt and it didn't work anymore.
Well, if you played with it in the dirt, yes.
I guess you can still get Silly Putty. All right, your check-ins, 877-602-9696. Call and tell us what you're going to be doing today, and somebody will win or has won.
All right.
Well, brought to you by
Yes.
Your Heart. Follow it. Straight to Adventure at Disney on Ice, playing Vivint Smart Home Arena for the first time March 8th through the 11th. Just keep swimming with Dory and Hank. Cheer with the emotions of Inside Out and venture into wintry Arendelle with Elsa, Anna, Kristoff, Olaf. Make unforgettable memories with Mickey. Your favorite Disney characters. Opening night tickets start at just $10.
All right. Let's see. This is Daniel. Hi, Daniel.
Daniel.
Howdy, good morning.
Good morning. Daniel, is that alcohol I smell on your breath?
You know, actually might be. I did go to the Jazz game last night and have a few, so I'm sorry.
Oh, who won?
The Jazz.
I guess the Jazz did.
I'm talking to Dan. What do you mean you guess they did?
You didn't stay till the end, or what?
Well, let's just say I enjoyed the beverages maybe more than the game
I
itself.
see. I see.
What?
The game was secondary.
You
to-
forgot who won, and
I
somebody poured you into the car and took you home.
Yep.
Exactly.
All right. Well, Daniel, what are you doing today?
Right now I'm on my way to Mickey D's to get some breakfast.
Yeah, okay. You need something like a good lay in your stomach breakfast after that night of drinking at the
Egg
Jazz.
and muffin.
Yeah,
Egg and muffin will do it.
Few Egg McMuffins, and I should be ready to go.
a few Egg McMuffins.
Well, you know,
I need
two.
a couple.
Okay.
Two.
All right.
Don't
to hold you over.
don't do three. Just a couple. All right.
You know what worked pretty good too? I mean, I like Mickey D's, but if you go to Wendy's, swing by Wendy's after you go to Mickey D's and get some of their chili.
They don't.
Well, they're
Breakfast
closed
chili?
right now, so that might be hard.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for checking in, Daniel.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Goodbye.
All right.
I
You
hope
eat chili for breakfast?
I hope. Why not? I hope he didn't get the Disney on Ice tickets because he's just going to go there and get liquored up.
That's the only way to survive.
Yeah.
All right, Ty. Welcome.
Ty.
Ty is checking it.
First of all, I got to say that you guys are my morning inspiration.
Wow, I'm sorry.
That's disappointing.
Yeah.
It's
should
the
aim
most
higher.
disappointing part of my day.
Thank you. Is that? Can I smell alcohol on your breath, Ty?
It's not. It probably isn't alcohol.
Oh, it's mouthwash, isn't it? There.
All
I got
right.
it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing today?
Well, so first of all, I'm working a lot, but I thought the call-in was to tell about your morning adventures, so I called to tell about my morning adventures.
Okay, what are they?
All right.
Well, there's two things that happen every morning that I got a little bit of beef with.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, the toughest choice of the day is whether to drink my coffee before I begin driving to work or after I arrive at work.
Why is
And
that?
I'm sure you guys know why. I don't need to explain anymore.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
timing.
It's a 20-minute drive to work,
Mhm.
and coffee pre-drive can cause some issues, which can cause some adventure.
Oh, I see. Okay. All
How
right.
long is your drive to work?
You got a weak bladder, man. Said 20 minutes. Well, you need to
Yeah,
listen.
It's not bladder.
Oh, it's not? What is it?
It's not bladder.
I don't know.
It's number 2.
Oh,
Really?
all right.
That fast. It works
irritates
that fast.
It irritates your bowel.
Just the smell of the coffee, the thought of the
Really?
coffee machine going off in the morning.
Really?
Wow, that's some Pavlov's dog stuff happening.
Man, that's
Yeah.
well.
Okay, but
That-
issue number 2 is my bigger beef.
okay.
So this is kind of a PSA.
Okay.
And it's with the Highway Patrol.
Uh-huh.
How fast can we go? How fast can we go?
Well, I believe the speed limit is posted, sir.
It does. It is posted, but sometimes they'll pull you over for 80. Sometimes they'll let you go for 85. And they'll be looking right at you.
I don't, as not being a speeder, I don't know.
Yeah,
You'd
Bill
have to talk
always
to
drives
Carrie.
the speed
Yeah.
limit.
I always drive. If it's 70, I put the needle on 72 and set the cruise control.
If we could implement the drive right rule in Utah, I think that would help both of my issues.
All right. Well, Ty,
All right.
this is becoming tiresome.
All right, Ty.
We'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Be blessed.
Be blessed.
Okay.
All right, I'll get right on that. Anthony.
I think that was cocaine, not alcohol.
I don't know.
Hello, Anthony.
Anthony.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's up with you today?
Oh, I'm just headed into work for another beautiful day.
Yeah,
You don't sound
You
very
don't-
excited
no.
about that.
not at all.
No, not really. I'm the vault guy. I go out and set vaults for funerals, and I've got
Oh.
2 today in Bountiful. So
Oh, and it's
So-
cold,
In
too.
the
Yeah.
snow. And
So you don't dig the hole. You just set the
No.
vault in the hole.
yeah, I set the vault in the hole and then set up the tent and chairs and everything for the family.
That's a real racket, that vault thing. It's a racket.
Yeah.
I mean,
It is.
You don't need that. It's just another cost.
it's people are going to
It
leak into the
definitely is.
ground.
That's
Keeps them from
fine.
leaking into the ground.
Link it into the ground doesn't hurt
They're
nothing.
full. Yeah, they're full of chemicals.
No, it doesn't hurt nothing.
They're
Right? Am
full
I
of
right,
chemicals.
Anthony? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're definitely right. It's a lot of it's personal preference or cemetery preference. They're not needed everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, they don't require them everywhere in the
No,
state in
no.
Utah. Just the cemetery.
No. Just if the cemetery demands it, then they'll be put in one.
Huh. You know, I think there are ways you can do green burials now,
Oh, yeah.
where you can, they wrap you up in some kind of gauze that, and then just throw you in a hole somewhere.
That's how it should be.
pretty
All
much.
right.
All right, Anthony, thanks for checking in.
Bye, Anthony.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All
Yeah.
right. Let's see. It's Braden.
It's probably Braden.
It's probably Braden. Yeah.
Your friend's the only person I've ever known that's Braden.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's Braden, right?
I'm cool with Braden.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you know him.
I had a friend from high school who insisted that he was Braden and not Braden. So, anyway.
What's up
Well,
with you today?
it's much more extravagant than Braden.
Yes, it is. So what are you doing today?
Well, I just wanted to check in and say happy Tuesday morning to y'all. I appreciate what you guys do. I love listening to the show and having a good laugh in the morning rather than being depressed on most of my workday mornings.
Why are you depressed on most of your workday mornings?
His name's Braden.
It's Braden.
Yeah, it's mostly because of the fact that people get my name wrong.
So Borden, could you tell us why you're sad?
Oh, well, it's really cold outside. It'd be a lot nicer if it was warm. I think the cold is rather depressing.
Do you work
usually rather
outside?
than most.
I do, as a matter of fact.
Doing what?
I install windows.
Oh, you're a window hanger.
I am a window hanger.
All right. Well, Braden, I want to thank you for calling in and demonstrating once again why this is the least popular feature we do on the Radio from Hell show.
We'll see you.
Thanks for checking in.
Well, the more I can do for the least popular radio show.
Thank you.
Yes,
That's
and
the
you're,
spirit.
you're still
You're
doing it.
Yeah, you're doing it right now.
Pushing it even further.
That's the spirit. That's
All
the
right,
spirit.
maybe we shouldn't have encouraged. Barwench checking in on my way to work. Well, okay.
Out at the airport.
Oh, okay, that's right. Tech Cindy checking in. Let's see. Headed to the airport for a day trip to Denver. Back in time for dinner.
Okay.
Okay, be sure to conceal it well. Sarah going to work as a staff accountant. Tim the tree guy. Sean the meat man. Teacher Leslie. Jordan the pilot checking in. Dock worker Mike. Adam and Hooper. Please let Bill know that Frank Zappa's band members legally cannot make money off of his music since he died. Whatever.
Okay.
All right.
I think what he's trying to say is Frank was kind of a cheap ass and didn't take care of his band members the way he should have.
Okay. We got big boy news coming up after these. Also, the X poll. The X poll question is: have you ever sent a mistext?
So, have you ever texted something to the wrong person accidentally?
Yes.
And it'll be it's a jolly mix-up.
I'm sure it will be.
Yeah. And Gina, I want a sandwich, and you need to check traffic too.
Well, which would you like me?
Well, you decide. Whatever you're prepared to do first.
I have the sandwich. in hand.
Hot sandwich me then.
It's Subway is what we're talking about. It's the starting 5 fresh value meals. So you pick your sub. Subway Club, Black Forest ham, sweet onion chicken teriyaki.
Let's go with that one.
Okay. Or you could do turkey breast or oven roasted chicken.
That's good too, but let's go with the chicken teriyaki.
And then you pick your veggies.
All right.
And chips and a drink.
Can you just say I want everything? I think
sure.
you
can do everything.
Put all the veggies on.
The light mayonnaise.
Now you go into Subway to do this, and when you order that sandwich and get your meal, ask them about the VIP suite experience with the Jazz. If you win, you and 3 of your friends will get a VIP suite experience on March 30th, brought to you by the Utah Jazz. You're going to get food, access to the pregame warm-up where you can see the players shoot and practice. You also get a personalized jersey and a Utah Jazz hat. Now, there'll be 5 of these winners. You need to go into Subway to find out how to enter. So go in and go for lunch today. Get your starting 5 fresh value meal. Includes purchase of any sub, drink, and chips. For complete contest rules and regulations, please visit utahjazz.com/starting5. Subway is a registered trademark of Subway IP Inc. 2018 Subway IP Inc. Traffic, let's see if the roads are clear to get you to Subway. And it would appear that they are. So thank you for that. Try the Buck and Under menu at Del Taco for the most fresh choices for $1 or less, like 69-cent mini quesadillas, 89-cent burritos, and the new $1 salsa chicken taco.
All right, we got big boy news in 4 minutes. Hang on.
The music starts at 10 with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding on X96.
Let's join Carrie and Bill at the Acme Broadcasting Company party at Rockport Reservoir.
What a nice day for a company party, huh?
Oh, God, yes. I mean, it's just beautiful up here. And you know, we deserve this, don't we?
I think that everybody on the staff deserves a nice party like this. I mean, we've all worked so hard to get this station to show in the ratings.
Yeah. Showing up in the top 35 stations ain't that easy either.
No.
Hey, look at everybody down there on the beach by the picnic table. You know, we ought to hike down there.
No, we can get a much better shot at all of them with our paintball guns from up here.
Huh.
Now look at Mario there. I'll bet you I can knock that beer right out of his hand.
Good shot. Hey, they can't see us up here, can they?
Well, apparently not. Hey, listen, see if you can splatter the side of Bessie with a volley of that green paint you got.
Righto. Just about spelled my name. Hey, they're all starting to scatter and take cover now. What a great party. Hey, see if you can hit Sonny before she makes it to that tree.
Okay. Oh, damn, I missed her. You know, she's so thin, there's not much of a target there. Hey, what's Ed Acme doing?
Well, it looks like he's pushed over the picnic table and he's using it as a barrier. Get out your binoculars.
Got him. Oh, my God. That's a 30-30 he's pulling out of his knapsack. Oh! And it looks like he's got a bead on us, too. That was too close.
Godfrey! Jeez, everybody else seems to be packing heat, too. Look at that. Mario's gunning back at us with some kind of flare gun.
Whoa!
Gee!
Right, Sonny thinks she's gonna hit us clear up here with that little pistol of hers. Oh! Oh, but Acme's really got us pinned down with that thing.
Well, then I guess it's a good thing I brought this to the company party, isn't it?
Oh, an Uzi.
Yeah.
Bill, you the man. Oh, God, what a great party!
And Gina Barberi on X96.
All right, 6:36. The X poll coming up, but right now, big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
IFA Country Stores. They help you grow the things you love. Their employees are experts in their fields and can answer your specific questions and meet your needs. IFA Country Stores has locations all along the Wasatch Front.
Well, Gina, I'd like you to meet the man.
Okay.
Who has 278 piercings. Now, it says here, yep, he has over 400 piercings.
Okay.
X96.com/live. He has over 400 piercings. I hope Dylan has some of the other pictures, too. There are various takes on this.
X96.com/live.
And 278 of those piercings are in his penis alone.
What?
They were once.
Why?
They were once seen as taboo. Piercings and tattoos are starting to become more and more common. You know, pretty soon everybody's going to look like this guy.
I don't think so.
I think so. It's really catching on.
How does he eat?
453 piercings. His name is Rolf Buchholz. He's broken the male world record for having the most body parts adorned with metal. Shockingly, 278 of those piercings are in his little Buchholz.
How do you go through the metal detector at the airport?
It's a problem. You
don't
don't travel much.
all of those out?
You don't travel much, and you don't necessarily pee. You spray. It's kind of like a watering can at this point.
But it's worth the
notoriety.
It's not worth anything, I don't think.
Yeah,
Mr. Buchholz has other body modifications, which perhaps we can see. He has horns now.
Yeah.
He has stretched ears. And he's one of these guys who attaches, cords and stuff to his piercings in his body and then hangs by them.
Yeah.
But it's worth it's not.
Did his mother not love him?
Hey, listen, it got him on the radio, didn't it? Pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, I've been wanting to talk about this story for a while, a few days, and I keep, forgetting to mention it. This is a pretty big deal, I think. And teachers in West Virginia, they've been on strike for 7 days.
9
No,
days.
that was on Friday. Yeah.
9 days.
9 days.
Good for them.
Defying efforts by the state's governor and union leaders to end the walkout with a deal to raise pay. Earlier this week, James C. Justice, the governor, I'm Governor Justice, Charleston, West Virginia. Governor Justice announced a plan to raise teacher salary by 5%, and state union leaders said teachers would return to work on Thursday. But teachers said, no, we will not return until the state legislature completes the deal. Because we don't trust you.
Yeah, they can say, because then they go in and go, oh, we thought we could do 5%, but we don't have enough money.
Wearing red T-shirts, often emblazoned with the names of their counties, the teachers filled the chambers of the state Senate on Friday morning, filled the hallways and the rotunda of the Capitol, chanting, "We're not leaving, we're not leaving." At this point, everybody's still prepared to be out for the long haul, said Julie Alderman. This is good. This is what I meant when I think it was last week, I said, government has broken. We need mob rule. This is the kind of mob rule we need.
I heard a a West Virginia student being interviewed this morning. They need their teachers.
We ain't got no teacher.
No, I mean,
there
it
ain't
was.
no teachers. Looky there, school. They done closed it down.
You're joking, but
no,
that's
I
what
know.
he sounded like.
I know. I've been to West Virginia. Listen,
they need their teachers.
Listen, we need our teachers. Oh, by the way, we need shoes. I ain't got no shoes neither. Yeah. I really.
And did you know that in Oklahoma they've gone to a 4-day school week, so the teachers can go work at Walmart and other places?
I did
so
not.
Oh my hell! That is
So
inexcusable.
they can make. Yeah.
I did not know
That is
that.
inexcusable.
Yes, Richard.
Oh my hell!
But even with that, even with teachers on strike for 9 days in West Virginia and teachers going to a 4-day work week in Oklahoma, that is the 48th state and the 49th state for education, and Utah, right there at the bottom, paid less than both of those situations.
I heard the figure for West Virginia, and it was just shocking how much starting teachers make. I forget.
It's less here.
Yeah, less here though.
Yeah, strike. That's what it. And
That's what it's going to take. Do it.
I don't know how they do it.
So this ex-Trump aide, Sam Nunberg.
By the way, he got fired because he posted racist stuff on his Facebook page. So that's who.
Well, it's hard to keep track.
Yeah, he defiantly has refused a subpoena. Well, or maybe he now will.
No, he at the end of the news cycle said, "All right, I'll do it."
Testify before a federal grand jury as part of the Russia probe and challenge special counsel Robert Mueller to, quote, "arrest me, let him arrest me," Nunberg told the Washington Post. Mr. Mueller should understand that I'm not going on Friday. Well, he is going.
You can't not go.
Yeah.
They will come get you and take you.
I know. That's why he said, arrest me. I'm not voluntarily going. But the president, he says the Russians and President Trump did not collude on anything. President Putin is too smart to collude with Donald Trump. He said terrible things about Sarah Sanders. He was just all over the news causing trouble.
But he also said, "I think the president may have done something."
Somewhere. It seems like a kind of, no matter what side you're on, a kind of unreliable witness. I mean, you can see why they might have.
Well, that's why they need to get his emails.
Yeah.
But they'll point to him and go, "See, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a drunk, crazy person we fired a long time ago."
But you should know this. Russia says that it stopped former Republican presidential nominee Mitt Romney from becoming Secretary of State. That's according to the New Yorker, the magazine, in a report about Christopher Steele, infamous Steele dossier, says the former British spy authored a separate dossier with a senior Russian official as its source. That source said individuals inside Russia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs claimed to have stopped Romney from becoming head of the State Department. Steele's memo said Russia used unspecified channels to request that Trump choose a Secretary of State who would remove Ukraine-related sanctions. According to the report, the Kremlin also reportedly wanted the department's head to accommodate Russia in regards to Syria, where the Russian government has been backing President Bashar Assad.
Yeah, see, Mitt was less likely to do those things.
Probably.
Because, Mitt said that Russia is our great threat.
Yeah.
He's the one who has been saying this for a long time.
And Tillerson's an oil and gas guy.
With connections and doing business in Russia.
Yeah.
So naturally, he was a perfect pick.
Yeah, he's been to Russia a lot. Let's see if there's no, we won't. Okay, we'll go here. This is a friend of the program, and she's kind of keeping us updated on this. The couple that disappeared in Arizona.
There was a national story about it yesterday.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
Apparently, there is still no there. So Susan and Jerry McFalls had what they wanted after 25 years owning and operating a mechanic shop. Jerry retired. He and his wife, Susan, split their time between their home in West Jordan and Littlefield, Arizona. They loved going down to Littlefield. They bought the property 6 or 7 years ago. They enjoyed going down there, so they just took a trip down there and disappeared. This was, 2 months ago? Something like that?
Like their cars are there,
January
purse is
14th.
there, dogs are there.
No
Just
trace
sort
of
of
them.
vanished.
Authorities are saying they are keeping it on the front burner. They have some leads, but they're not saying what. But still, just absolutely a mystery. And the woman who's a friend of the program says that they're just such a nice, they're great people. And
I read that the dog, that's almost the weirdest thing. Like this woman, she would sneak the dog in her purse and go when they would go out to eat because she wanted the dog with her. It's very strange that the dog would be left.
Oh, Carrie, good news.
Yes?
Adriana Lima seems to be single again.
Adriana Lima?
She's a Victoria's Secret.
She's the Brazilian stunner.
Oh, there she is.
Brazilian stunner.
Well, good for her.
I've heard her name, and I couldn't have picked her out of a lineup, but then I saw this picture with the story, and I said, yeah, that's a Brazilian stunner, all right.
Yeah.
That's a stunning, but she's single again, so that's good news. Mick Jagger may be single again, too.
Again?
Yeah, so his 22-year-old girlfriend, May, she has sparked rumors that she has moved on from the 74-year-old Rolling Stone legend. She was spotted at a dinner in L.A., and she was on the arm of billionaire Nicholas Berggren.
Dylan, I think you've got a picture of Don Knotts there instead of Mick Jagger, if you would.
Let's see that again.
Is that Don Knotts?
He looks as though he had his face put in a vice.
He's never been a good-looking
Oh no,
person.
that is Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's but see those people in the background? They're going, "Is that Don Knotts?"
I thought Don Knotts was dead. X96.com/live.
It's a Don Knotts zombie.
Sports, weather, traffic, whatever you'd like to do here.
Yeah, let's see. Sports brought to you by When Life Feels Like It's Crashing Down on You from Above, Lifetime Roofing is here to offer you peace of mind. You and your family have your own personal fortress of reassurance. Their roofs, simply better than everyone else's, period. The Jazz last night, they beat Orlando 94-80, and Quinn Snyder got ejected. Technical foul, yelling at the refs. You fire your team up. You got to do that every once in a while. And I guess BYU won. I don't know. I don't care.
Oh.
We can't afford to lose a single listener, and the more you alienate the BYU, Utah County listeners,
I was rooting for
the
St.
worse.
Mary's.
I mean, we already alienate the Utah County listeners.
Yes,
BYU beat number 22 ranked St. Mary's in the same round of the same tournament that St. Mary's knocked them out last year. Now,
and
BYU,
I say congratulations to BYU.
Thank you. And now they go to play Gonzaga, or Gonzaga, depending on which part of Utah you're from. They play them tonight.
Yeah.
And if BYU wins, it's an automatic berth in the
that will be difficult.
Yeah, it'll be difficult, but not impossible, because last year at this time we beat Gonzaga.
We.
Did you go to BYU?
No, but I pay their salaries.
Well, that's
10% of my income does.
All right.
Again, that's what I said. I think they won. I don't know why we had to go into detail about it.
Weather, traffic, then.
Weather brought to you by National Auto Plaza. Who builds the best trucks? National Auto Plaza does. Lifted accessories you haven't even thought of yet. All to take your next adventure to a whole new level. 44 sunshine. Will be a nice day. Traffic, I think that's nice too, except for a little issue. Crash southbound I-15 at milepost 329. That's 550 south in Layton. The left lane is closed there. And looks like that's about it. Get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
Ooh, I know what that music means.
Yeah, it's time for the X-Poll.
Yes, the X-Poll. You need to participate or we ain't going to do it. It's
well, that sounds like a challenge.
We haven't asked for calls. 877-602-9696.
Well, I was about to do that. Y'all need to call us, 877-602-9696. Have you ever been texting? And I did this just recently, and it wasn't anything serious. I was texting Brighton Family Dental, and I was texting my wife. And I was texting my wife about what we should have for dinner, and I accidentally texted it to Brighton Family Dental rather than texting them about my next appointment.
Did Dr. Kelly Carroll write back and go, that dinner sounds good, what time should I be over?
Yeah, no, well, no? They said it sounds delicious, but when do you want the appointment?
Yeah.
You know, so that was a minor one, but you can get in trouble texting.
Yeah.
You ever done it, Gary?
I haven't had anything major, just like, texting who I think I'm texting Tony about, instructions on Geek Show, and it's someone else.
Yeah.
It's just little stuff like that. But
Sorry.
I got some here that have come in.
Oh, yeah?
That people are talking about. Very awkward situations. Here we go. Let's see. My wife was texting a friend about a bad customer service experience and referred to the company as a bunch of F stains. She accidentally sent it to the Relief Society president.
Okay.
That could be a problem.
Okay.
Let's see. Once I texted my boss thinking it was my wife. The text was meant for her to read it using Siri, new feature, and it said, "Let's do it tonight, robot style." I immediately realized that what I had done, so I called my boss over and over until he finally answered and begged him not to read it. Needless to say, it was awkward around him for a very long time because I never knew if he actually read it. Oh, of course he read it.
Yeah.
You know he read
What's
it.
robot style? That's what I'm...
Mechanical.
Yeah.
You just
Ask Mitt.
hop and join.
Mitt can tell you. Ask Mitt and Hand. They'll tell you.
I think there might be apparatus involved.
Yeah. Let's see. I once texted someone else mistakenly thinking I was texting my significant other. I texted, "I want you bad right now." They responded, what? I can never look that person in the eye ever again.
So 877-602-9696. Your text mistakes.
Yes, Richie?
My brother, my youngest brother, who is a real estate agent, he used to have long hair and looked like Jesus a little bit. He, to his now wife, was joking around one time and did one of those, like, lay on the bed and had his hair fall behind him, and he had no shirt on, and he's in a pretty good shape. He's competed bodybuilding style. And he took a picture and had intended to send it to his then girlfriend and ended up sending it to one of his clients.
Oh,
and
creepy.
And I can't remember what the message was. It wasn't like, "Hey, come over." It was just, some sort of random thing.
Still.
And he was like, "Oh, I hadn't heard from you guys. I wanted to follow up." And they're like, "We're completely fine with it. We think it's hilarious." And I guess someone in the family had a similar experience. But they hadn't heard from him, and so he called and they said, and truth be told, we've shared this picture with so many of our friends that you sent this, but we just didn't know how to engage back with you. Yeah, for sure.
So your weird texts, your mistexts, let us know what they are. 877-602-9696.
Here's another one I think people are more comfortable texting in. We got a phone call to go to in a moment, but here's one. This is, one night I got a text from a friend that said, "If you weren't my cousin, I would definitely have sex with you." His explanation was that he meant to send it to his cousin. I feel like that doesn't really explain everything.
I have questions.
So that's, yeah.
I don't have any questions. I know exactly what's
It
going
seems
on.
pretty clear. Trevor, hi.
Hi.
Trevor.
So, yeah, one time me and my buddy were driving, and he had this girlfriend I didn't care too much for, and she had sent him a text, so he threw me the phone and said, "Hey, reply and tell her, whatever," because he was driving. And so I started to type, and I was kind of saying it out loud, and I don't remember what it was, but I was just like, "Okay, you stupid bee," or something like that. And I meant to hit the backspace button to actually delete what I typed, but instead I hit the send button. And it did eventually lead to them breaking up.
Well, so good for you.
I didn't mind too bad.
Yeah, good for you.
It was kind of good for me, but.
I mean, you had to do that. She was getting between you guys, wasn't she?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All right. Thanks, Trevor.
All right, Trevor. 877-602-9696 if you've got a story.
I accidentally texted my neighbor, "Bring me food." I meant to text my husband. I would like if your neighbor brought you food.
Yeah, I have questions about that.
Let's see. I accidentally texted my very Mormon sister instead of my girlfriend that I had stopped and picked up the new vibrator. I was asking if she had picked up the condoms. He's a pilot, so maybe that's got something to do with it. I texted my Super Mormon best friend an article that was not so nice about the church. Yeah, that could have been awkward. Let's see. My friend's boss texted my friend, but meant to text his wife. He was sick that day, so he wrote, "I'm stuck at the Mavericks bathroom. I couldn't make it home." All right. Oh, my. Yeah, there's a lot of this that I can't read. 877-602-9696. Let us know if you have sent a missed text.
Maybe you've mistexted us and sent us traffic tips at 33986. It's possible. Crash southbound I-15 at milepost 329. That's 550 south in Layton. The left lane is closed there. It looks like that's the only traffic incident, unless you want to report one like I just told you to. 33986.
I'll tell you where traffic's going to get heavy later on today.
Where?
Over there, 6400 South, the Fashion Place Mall.
Diamonds Direct?
Diamonds Direct.
They're going to have a traffic issue there?
If they listen to us, they will have a traffic issue
Why
there.
are people going to be hurrying to Diamonds Direct?
Well, Diamonds Direct carries all of the top bridal designers. In most cases, they are the exclusive dealer for some of those designers.
They're the ones you see online and in the magazines, and you go, I want that ring. Well, they have it there.
And Diamonds Direct, these rings are made by hand, true artists, not cookie-cutter stuff, boring stuff, the same old, like, you see everybody else. These are individual, delightful, beautiful designs. And Diamonds Direct gets these diamonds and other jewelry for less money because they go direct to the cutters. They know they have a relationship with the Tel Aviv diamond market.
That's the best place where they get the diamonds, the raw diamonds, and turn them into beautiful pieces of art for you to wear. You can get diamond earrings, diamond bracelets, diamond rings.
And so if you love beautiful jewelry, Diamonds Direct is where you want to go. Unbeatable products and prices. So they're at 6400 South, right across from the Fashion Place Mall. On the most current episode of the Let's Go Eat Show, I talked to Lee George Cade. He's a member of the GeekShowPodcast.com panel. He's a vegan jerky impresario, and he's been lurking around in my life for over 20 years. Lee George Cade on this episode of the Let's Go Eat Show, the Let'sGoEatShow.com.
AWOL Nation.
Radio from Hell is on X96. Oh, and on Twitter. Follow us at Radio from Hell.
Amazing Lash Cam, x96.com/live.
Okay. So, let's get back to the show.
All right.
It's, time to call on the Expo, 877-602-9696. Hey, you ever sent a text that you sent it to the wrong person and it was embarrassing? Brittany's on the line, I see.
Mm-hmm. Hello, Brittany.
Good morning. Thanks for letting me listen.
You're welcome, Brittany. What did you do?
What's the doozy? I was having multiple conversations. I was thinking that I was talking to my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling her about a male friend, and then my super Mormon stepmom texted me back and said, "I'd rather not hear about this."
You were being somewhat sexually explicit, I take it?
Probably.
Yeah.
Extremely sexually explicit.
Probably. Yes.
I'd rather not hear about
I would rather not hear it. Well, at least she didn't just totally freak out, I guess. All right.
I apologize profusely, but the damage was done.
Well, Brittany, she didn't like you anyway.
Yeah, you just confirmed how she already feels about you.
Right?
Yeah, that's probably why I'm not allowed to see my brothers anymore.
Oops.
Oh, that's all.
Brittany.
That's too bad. Well,
right.
thanks for calling. See ya.
Thank you.
See, I manage an apartment complex, and I've had many tenants send me texts talking about parties they're planning where drugs will be in abundance. I've also had a few nudes from tenants, which is never awkward to me. I seriously love it.
Yeah, I wonder if he tells them, or if the landlord tells them.
You sent this to me accidentally. 877-602-9696. If you don't call in, we're going to end this X-Poll early. Oh, Dylan, hi.
Dylan Allred. Wow.
I was involved in one just the other day.
Whoa.
I was on a text conversation with a couple of my friends and their wives. So that's like 6 of us.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of stopped texting, and a few hours later we got a text from my friend that said, "Oh, just took the biggest poop. I feel so much better," and then a bunch of poop emojis. And we're all like,
"What? I didn't need to know that."
Mm-hmm. I don't think that needs to be shared with anyone.
Not for the group. And then he replies, "Oh, sorry, thought I was texting my wife."
No, even your wife doesn't need to hear that.
Well, maybe they have...
Unless there's a medical condition.
Well, I think it sounds like I feel so much better, meaning like, oh, my stomach's upset. I don't feel well.
Maybe that's
Or perhaps they're coprophiliacs.
You never know.
They're also weirdos. They're my
if they're
friends.
weirdos, then
they can't be.
I'm leaning toward coprophilia then.
Keep your cycles to yourself.
And I also did one with you guys recently. And I can't. I've been trying to remember the details, but I was.
Oh yeah.
I was being catty about Bill. I was going to send a message to Gina, some joke about Bill.
I like it when you do that.
Your father?
Yeah, I do.
Me?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But I accidentally sent it to you.
Oh, I didn't get it.
It was about somebody who, I don't remember either. Somebody who was short or something like that.
Yeah.
Some dumb joke that I would totally have made to your face.
A short joke.
But I had to hurry up and try to cover it.
You did.
So he sent me a bunch of poop emojis.
Well, that'll distract.
I did. Yeah. That's what
Thanks,
always,
Dylan.
Always a good distraction. Let's see. My 70-year-old mother was sexting her boyfriend and actually sent it to me.
Oh, okay, that's a different kind of.
That's
Well, I'm glad that Mom's getting some, but really,
yeah, keep her happy. Let's see. Meg, the manager, is here. Hello, Meg.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, because of the amount of hours that I work, 90% of my communication with Tim the Tree Guy, my husband, is via text. And we were having an extremely raunchy conversation via text. And at the same time, my assistant manager, I'm his boss, texted me about something to do with work. And I responded what I thought was to Tim and then to my assistant manager, switching the two text messages. Well, obviously very, very awkward. He did not respond, which was nice of him. And I responded, "Oh, my God, I'm so sorry." And that's all that was said and done about that.
Well,
few days later, when I finally see my assistant manager again, he walks in the door, and my first comment was, "Don't look at me. Just don't, please don't look at me.
Pretend that never
I
happened."
can't handle that." And he just kind of chuckled a little bit, and he's like, "It was obviously not for me. Don't worry about it. I erased it. It's okay." And I said, "Oh, thank you very much." Mid-afternoon, I start feeling a little bit more comfortable, and I'm like, okay, things will be fine. His wife came in to drop him off lunch, just started laughing hysterically when she saw me and said, "Yeah, you're a freak."
That's terrible. Oh, well.
All right.
Thanks, you,
Thanks, Meg.
Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Have a good morning.
You too.
All right. I was selling a car to an older woman. I met her earlier in the day, and we agreed on a price. Later that afternoon, she texted me and said, "How about some photos?" I said, okay. I went outside to take some pictures. While I'm in the middle of taking pictures, I received a picture of her in lingerie. I responded to her saying, "Oh, I thought you meant pictures of the car." She said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. That was not meant for you."
This is why I don't send pictures of myself in lingerie.
Is that the only reason?
That's the only reason.
Do you have any? Do you have any?
No.
So that's another reason. And why don't you have any?
Because I would be worried there
because
would
you
be
would
some
send
mistake.
pictures?
No, I'm just saying that's why I've never taken any pictures like that.
You're worried about a lingerie accident of some sort?
I would be, if that were on my phone, I would be worried they would end up in the wrong place. So it's just better to not have it.
Not even own lingerie?
Nope.
Because you would be tempted to take photos of yourself in lingerie, and then it might end up in somebody else's hands.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Let's see now. This is not by accident. I did this on purpose. Once I texted one of my kids and acted like I was talking to my wife about how can we be pregnant when we're both over 50? What the hell will we tell the kids? So see, he was
playing a joke.
Playing a joke.
That's on purpose. That's
That's mean.
Let's see. Yeah, a lot of these I can't read on the air.
Yeah, you got to keep it sort of clean.
Yeah, the one about the panties I can't read on the air. No.
I like a good panty story, though.
Oh, yeah. It's a good story.
I'll take a look.
Just that because the government has determined that you're all 9 years old, you can't hear that story.
I'll take a look at the panties.
So, let's see. I sent an email I thought was going to my wife about our insurance agent and how dumb he was. I accidentally CC'd him on it as well.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Why is he your insurance agent?
I was going to say, maybe it was time to break up with the insurance agent. Let's see. I did send a very up-close nude to my cousin who had the same name as my boyfriend at the time. That was a little mortifying.
Yeah.
I guess I'm surprised at how many nude pictures and sexting is going on.
Well, you know, it used to be, I mean, when I was just sort of dating my wife, I don't even know if we had cell phones.
No.
We didn't. But, you know, sometimes on the phone, you...
Well, that's different, but...
Well, no, I mean, that's just what's replaced it.
Yeah. But now there's evidence.
Yeah, well, I taped all of the conversations.
Okay. You have
Yeah, I have tapes of them. I still have them.
Well, here's someone in the chat room that says all of these mistexts and everything are really gross and or sexual.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Does no one text their friends about anything other than someone's body parts?
Well, we're just talking about the embarrassing ones.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all done like, oh, I'll meet you there in 10 minutes. Oops, that was meant for someone else. That's not an interesting
If you read through my text, they would be the most boring. You know, I mean, it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's just, it's all factual stuff.
Here's one from Deborah. My mom accidentally texted me a voice recording of her and my dad talking about the kind of parent I am. It was not great.
That's kind of sad.
Deborah, you are a great parent.
Yes, you are. If it's I guess it's the Deborah I think.
Yes. Yeah. I'm just thinking about all my texts, and yeah, they're boring.
Yeah, mine are too, I think.
Yeah.
Well, you guys need to step up your game.
I should go through them. Well, we should.
Lingerie and...
Okay, you do the lingerie, and then Carrie and I'll start sending pics.
I'm gonna start using emojis.
Yeah. Oh, good.
So here's one that says from Jay on Saturday.
Jay Whitaker?
Yeah. Hey, y'all still recording?
Okay.
And I'll reply, just finishing, but I'll make it more interesting. I'll add an eggplant emoji.
You should
don't
just
do that.
No matter what you're texting, And sign
end
it with an eggplant.
Eggplant emoji.
Yeah.
Just interest. I don't use emojis much, but my wife said to me the other day that someone said to her, "You could, if you use emojis the right way,
Yeah.
it makes your text clear. You know, like it'll make it clear if it's supposed to be sarcastic, or if it's supposed to be nuance. You know, it adds some nuances if you use them the right way."
My husband and I have whole text chains where they're just emojis, and we're having a conversation. It's
I wouldn't be able to understand it.
it's a little game, but we could totally I'm in a meeting. I'll be done in about 15 minutes, and I'll call you back.
And
you
that's
can do that all.
Really?
Oh, sure.
Our friend 3PO is text. It says a guy chatted me up online. Late one night, he texted, "Wish you were over here right now." Me, "What for?" Him, same thing as last time. Me, "You realize we've never met, right?"
Oops.
Yeah.
I hope you stop talking to him.
You deserve better, Greg.
Yes.
Yeah.
I texted my ex-husband how much of a dumbass he is, but it was meant for my friend. Oh, she was talking about her ex-husband to her friend and sent it to her ex-husband instead. Yeah, here's the lessons I'm learning is be careful.
Well, you know, I don't hardly ever use emojis but I did send your mother an emoji, Gina.
Which one?
Is it? It's not an emoji. What is? It was little hearts floating up into the air continually. Is that an emoji or is that a GIF?
That's not a GIF.
That's an emoji then. It's an animated emoji.
Well, it was nice that you sent her that.
Yeah, I said, you know, I hope you're doing well and all of that. And then I did a GIF with Dick Clark the other day. But
GIF?
Yeah, but that's the last one I'll ever do.
You'll never do another one?
Well,
No, I don't think.
I think that way madness lies.
Yeah, I thought I'd try to do. You know, Dick Clark does them all the time. I'm not going to do them. No.
All right, traffic or preview of round one of your boners. Who's first?
I do have the boners here.
Okay.
Boner candidate number 1. This was the very best chowder. Boner candidate number 2. Some Utah lawyers called to complain. Now, we should stress only some called to complain. And then number 3, one lawmaker was late for the vote. He was picking up his wife at high school.
We're good. Get out there and keep driving well, because
All right.
you're not crashing into things.
All right, boners round 1 coming up. If you are crashing into things, you may want to speak to the advocates.
Yes.
UtahAdvocates.com.
Or if somebody crashes into you.
or any sort of accident that you're in, not just car accidents, but any sort of accident. If it involves insurance, chances are you need to talk to somebody who has read that insurance policy. And believe me, they have read all of the insurance policies.
It's, as a matter of fact, it's very, very icy out there right now. And there's like black ice in the parking lots.
Yes.
If you slip and fall on the ice and bust something, you know, the advocates is who you call, because you may have a case.
Well, because you need to focus on getting better. Hand all of the medical bills over to the advocates and let them deal with it.
They can help secure you rental cars, medical equipment if you need that, in-home help if you need that as well. They are personal injury attorneys. They will take care of everything for you if they take your case. They won't charge you any money until they get you a settlement. So call the advocates. Their number is 801-355-5550 or go to UtahAdvocates.com.
X96 is your home for non-stop music. We give you a 1-hour non-stop music wingding 3 times a day.
Sensuous. Sensuous. Spell it with me now. S-E-N-S-U-O-U-S. And now we'll use it in some dialogue between our two Utah friends, Levar and Legrand. Elder Legrand R. Dunn is on the roof of his lovely West Valley bungalow installing some new shingles. His friend Levar is down below on the porch having an ice cold glass of root beer. Again, the word is sensuous. Looks like you're doing a bang-up job with them shingles, Legrand. That hole's being patched up just fine.
Well, I got to get this done before the snow flies. I don't want no leaking on my food storage room again this winter.
Well, if you don't want no leaking in the food storage, then you should keep Legrand Jr. out of there.
What?
Nothing. Looks like it's kind of hot up there, Legrand.
Yep. I'm as hot up here as a tin roof cat house.
You're what?
Nothing. Hey, what's that you're drinking down there?
Rut beer. Nice, ice-cold rut beer. Bet you could use some up there.
I could for sure. I'm as hot as a hot dog with mustard and relish.
Well, say, that's pretty hot. Bet you a nice cold Fanta root beer would sure go down good about now.
Yep, I'm really hot, Levar. I'm so hot that if you was to, like, hold an old dry Christmas tree next to me, it would just go up like a match.
What?
I'm a hot tamale, Levar.
Well, that's hot. Hot for sure. Bet you could use a cold drink. Some Fanta root beer, maybe. Like the one I'm sitting here in the chaise lounge drinking right now.
Yep. I'm a firecracker, Levar.
Why would you say that, Legrand?
Never mind. I think maybe I'll just get down. You know, climb all the way down the ladder and go all the way into the kitchen and maybe get myself a sandwich and a cold drink.
What, cold drink like a rut beer?
Maybe.
Well, what kind of sandwich would you get?
Pickled egg and tuna. Why?
Well, I was thinking that since you was getting down the ladder and going into the house, I mean, since you was doing that, maybe you could get me a sandwich as well and another nice cold root beer too? I mean, since you was already thinking about going.
Look out below!
Legrand, I was nearly... That flat of shingles nearly hit me. You should be more careful. That was an accident, wasn't it, Legrand?
Red and Gina Barberi on X96.
All right, 7:21 right now. Time for round one of your Boehner voting. You're going to get 3 news stories here that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. And you'll have to listen to all 3 of these stories, and then you have to decide, of these 3, which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to Boehner fight and get a 50-50 chance of becoming Boehner of the day. If it wins here, it's just got that chance. It has to go up against the winner of round 2. We do this again at 8:20 We take those 2 winning candidates, throw them in the Boehner Dome for Boehner Fight at 9:20. That's when Boehner of the day is decided. So, 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random Boehner voters will receive.
I can't buy it, gotta win it. Radio from Hell Boehner t-shirt courtesy of Excel Automotive Repair. Radio from Hell's official auto mechanics. Don't buy a lemon. Try Excel Automotive's $50 bumper-to-bumper used car checkover before you buy. Limit 2 cars per $50.
Boehner candidate number 1. This was the very best chowder. A man arrested yesterday, accused of calling 911 4 times to complain about someone throwing his clam chowder into a dumpster.
Oh, delicious chowder.
Well, why did he leave his chowder unattended?
Unattended chowder?
Yeah.
And then he called again to complain about being given a misdemeanor summons for misusing the 911 system. Suk Yi. Yes, his name is Suk Yi of Main Street. Was
USA.
Main Street?
Yeah.
Main Street, USA.
Yeah. He lives on Main Street in it's Middleton.
All up and down Main Street.
I think it's probably Connecticut.
Sampletown,
right.
Connecticut.
He was issued a misdemeanor summons for misuse of a 911 system, police said. Yi called 911 4 separate times on Monday and did not report any type of emergency during those calls. Instead, he yelled and screamed that someone had thrown his clam chowder into a dumpster.
Question? Is it Manhattan style or Boston style? Does it say?
Let me
or not,
see.
No, it's
New England.
New England.
Yeah, that's
because there's Manhattan, which is the tomato based.
Yeah.
And then there's,
Do you prefer one or the other?
a good Manhattan
Could be great.
Can be great, but hard to find.
Oh,
I prefer the New England clam chowder.
I mean, like the crab cooker in
Let's see
Southern
if it
California
says-
where I go, they have a good Manhattan.
Let's see if it doesn't. Scary. Sorry, it does.
Sorry,
it does not say.
Damn it.
Police finally went to his house and found Mr. Yi lying on his bed, drunk. Which is why he needed the chowder. It's a good sobering up food.
It is.
But he did not need any sort of medical aid or assistance, and then he began to angrily complain about being issued a misdemeanor summons, and also complained again about how somebody threw his clam chowder into the dumpster. He refused to get out of the bed. He was forcibly removed and handcuffed. He refused to put on his shoes. It just goes on and on with this guy.
He refused to answer Bob Mueller's subpoena. He was.
This was the very best chowder. Boehner candidate number 1. Boehner candidate number 2. Some Utah lawyers called to complain. Now, we should stress it was only some who called to complain. The Utah State Bar is investigating after a photo of a topless woman was sent to state lawyers in an email intended to advertise their spring convention.
That would
now a friend of the program
get people's attention.
Oh, a friend of the program sent me this in uncensored and said, "Here, I think he's an attorney," and he sent it to me and said, "If you don't believe this is true, ask your friend Ed Brass."
X96.com/live. I saw our friend Ben Winslow from Fox.
Ben Winslow.
He said I never thought I'd have to ask my boss, is it okay if I post something that has underboob on it? Because it's censored with a black bar, but it's still pretty sexy.
Yeah. If you guys want to see the uncensored one, I have it in my email.
I'm good.
I've seen boobs.
Well, they're nice ones.
I'm sure they are. Yeah.
But just after 3:10 on Monday, an email with 2 images was sent to Utah lawyers. So I assume anybody who's a member of the bar got this. The first was an image advertising the bar's 2018 spring convention in St. George, and then beneath it was a photo of a woman's bare chest.
Now it looks like...
Just one second. We're aware of the situation, said Bar Communications Director Matt Page. We're investigating how it got out. We created this in-house, and we're horrified, said John Baldwin, Executive Director of the bar. We're investigating... They're all saying, well, we're investigating.
No, it's not. Just to go back to our X-Poll and texting thing, this isn't like that's a professional photo, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
it's
that's
not like
of the woman, you mean?
Yeah, that's not like an accidental.
Yeah. No, that's
a professional.
Yes, somebody was looking at pictures of naked women
Yeah,
in the bar office
yeah.
and accidentally clicked on. And you know, so they did the piece in-house. It wasn't at an advertising agency. And so you're going to have to just go to the people who did it in-house and say, okay, what have you been doing on the computer besides this? Yeah.
It will be easy to track.
We're investigating. 2 people from the bar said we're investigating. Boehner candidate number 2. Some Utah lawyers called to complain.
I'm just worried about Todd Weiler that he accidentally saw.
It might trigger him into some sort of crazy spasm.
We should stress that only some Utah lawyers called to complain about this. And speaking of Todd Weiler and tweets and texts, I saw this tweet from Todd Weiler, State Senator Todd Weiler today. I didn't watch the Oscars. I could care less.
I could care less.
Who won or what? Now,
which means you do care.
Well, so here's what I tweeted back at Todd Weiler. I said, "So you really care?"
Yeah.
I mean, you must care quite a bit if you could care somewhat less. I couldn't be more confused by your comment. I thought you didn't care for the Oscars. He just sent me a picture of Paris Hilton for some reason after that. I don't know why.
You better be careful. He's teetering on porn there.
Yeah.
All right.
Every picture of
Paris Hilton. That could trigger Todd in a moment. We know how sensitive he is.
It was a gift that was meant to say something to me which I did not understand.
Well, I think we all could care less about Todd Weiler.
No, I could not care less.
You could not care less.
I could not care less.
I could care less.
Meaning you care a little bit?
Well, I guess I could care
No,
less.
I care less, and I could care even more.
Even more
I think you're
less.
being kind of careless about
Even
this.
lesser.
Maybe.
It's
Anyway,
kind of careless.
so
All right,
Boehner
let's move
candidate
on.
number 2.
Let's move on to the news.
Yes, Boehner candidate number 3 coming up after this big boy news.
The Boehner candidate number 3, one Utah lawmaker, or not Utah, this is in Kentucky, I believe. One lawmaker was late for the vote. He had to pick up his wife at high school. So let's do the news now. Here we go.
Brought to you by Feldman's Deli, featuring corned beef, pastrami, mustard, pickles, imported from New York City. Now serving breakfast and lunch Tuesday through Saturday. You can go today.
Yes.
Dinner Thursday through Saturday, featuring local live music Friday and Saturday nights, 20th East, 27th South. Go to feldmansdeli.com.
All right, so for you, Gina, this is a story. Paul Reyes of Houston. He had a blister on his foot, and he thought it was a blister. You know, this was caused by an ill-fitting shoe.
Sure.
Then he went to the doctor because it wasn't healing, and then the doctor said, "No, that ain't a." That's the way doctors in Houston talk. That ain't a blister, buddy.
Uh-oh, what is it?
What you got there is flesh-eating bacteria.
Oh!
And
the MRSA?
They had to cut off his foot. Paul Reyes of Houston visited the clinic for the blister, but he was told that he had contracted necrotizing fasciitis.
They have to cut it?
They cut off his foot, man. He said, we got to cut it off. Look, it's spreading. We got to cut it off now. It's like sometimes you can stop the zombieism, right, by doing that. So I saw this story today on, I think it was the Fox 13 website, and I don't understand it. And I tweeted the story because I wanted some comment. Nobody's commented on it, at RFH Bill.
Let me look.
Here it says. Here's what it says. Evanston, Wyoming.
Okay.
Evanston.
The Evanston Police Department is seeking information on the identity of a female in reference to an active investigation.
Okay.
According to a post made by Uintah County Law Enforcement Services, individuals with information can contact the Evanston Police Department at so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. Information can also be texted to Crime Stoppers. Police released a surveillance still of the person of interest.
Okay.
The individual appears to be a female with reddish-brown hair and an Adidas hooded sweatshirt. They also appear to be in the cosmetic aisle of the store.
Okay.
Of a store. That's it. What are they? Why is this a person of interest? Why should we be watching out for this person? I don't get it. It doesn't say.
Maybe they don't want you to know why. Maybe they're just looking for
why
her.
Why
Maybe they don't want to scare people off who can identify her.
Maybe it's a surprise party. You know?
Oh, I think it's probably a deputy's gonna propose to her.
Could be.
Yeah. It's just weird that it says she's a person of interest. That's all you need to know. Damn it.
I mean, you're. That's why, if they say she's a person of interest in a murder or something, then people are like, oh, I know who that is, but I don't want to get her in trouble,
Gina,
so I'm not going to say.
They always say this is some kind of an omission, an accidental omission. They always say why they're a person of interest.
Just want to know where she bought her hoodie so we can get one.
It's kind of nice. She's a fairly
There she is. Yeah.
Maybe they think she's just good looking. They want to. Hey, you want to party?
I'm a person of interest.
Yeah.
I am interested in you.
She is kind
person.
of she's an interesting looking person. All right. Now this is on the Channel 2 website this morning. That's KUTV. A bill that bans non-compete clauses in television news contracts is on its way to the Senate floor for a vote. Many employees in the local television news business signed a non-compete clause. It forbids employees from leaving one station, then immediately going to work for another. We need to find out about this because according to the Channel 2 website, this is for television news contracts.
Exactly, and just television.
Yeah, that's how it's written.
It should be
I
all
don't know it is. I
work
don't know
contracts.
Yeah, it is. It's just TV.
And that's ridiculous. It should be all work contracts.
So they tried that.
They did?
And it was too broad. So this is a narrowed down.
Then throw radio in there, too.
This is too narrow.
Well, they said it would never pass the other way, so it is.
Well,
it's
too
just
narrow.
TV.
It's stupid.
It is.
It's if it doesn't apply to radio,
it doesn't.
Then
I'm sure you can use it if we need a lawsuit. I'm sure you could.
I don't. I don't care for myself. It's probably a moot point at this juncture.
No, seriously, non-compete contracts are certainly not for the benefit of the employee.
In the entertainment business, they are ridiculous. Maybe I understand it in scientific and research things and manufacturing, things like that, where you have really valuable information that's...
We don't have anything valuable.
No, we have nothing valuable.
And
Bob Evans is quoted in this story. We've met Bob Evans. He has nothing valuable.
And the way they're written, it's like you can come to the end of your contract naturally. I have a 3-year contract. It's ending, and your employer just chooses not to offer you a new one.
You still have
Even
to.
then, you can't go, I don't want you, but I don't want anybody else to have you. That doesn't make any sense.
That's the part that bothers me the most is, okay, you're not renewing my contract because you don't want me. I must be bad. Then why don't you send me and go to be bad somewhere else at your competition? Maybe it'll...
Now, if I decide to quit and try to go work across town, I could see them saying, yeah, no, you can't do that for a year. But if you don't want me, why do you care if somebody else has?
It's kind of like a marriage, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's exactly what my wife is going to say to me someday. So a bank has reported that Donald Trump's lawyer paid a suspicious, or they flagged a payment to Stormy Daniels, the stripper. Burlesque artist who says she had an affair with Donald Trump.
She's a porn star.
She's a porn star.
Porn star.
Yeah.
She says, she had an affair with Trump, and a lawyer paid her off to be quiet. And a bank apparently flagged that payment as being suspicious quite some time ago. Oh, by the way, the Trump Organization has ordered a U.S. presidential seal be put on all of the golf courses that Donald Trump owns.
You can't do that.
It's against
well,
the
they're
law.
doing
It's
it.
against the law.
They have ordered replica presidential seals to mark their golf courses, an act that may be a federal crime, according to ProPublica.
Now again, if this were Hillary, what would be happening on Fox right
but
now?
she doesn't have any golf courses, Terry.
What would be happening in Congress right
maybe
now?
Maybe put a presidential seal on her line of pantsuits, perhaps. But
same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Now, also, Donald Trump's name is on a hotel in Panama.
Not anymore.
Big luxury hotel. Until yesterday, there's been a huge dispute between the Trump Organization, who runs the hotel, and a new majority owner. and they are fighting. And finally, the majority owner got his way, and they have taken the name Trump off the hotel.
Because Trump owes him a bunch of money.
Yeah. Oh, and I should also tell you that this was in the New York Times today. I haven't read the whole piece, but I like the title: "A Ranting Old Guy with Nukes." That's where we stand. A ranting old guy with nukes. But I should tell you also that Frances McDormand got her Oscar back.
Good.
Somebody tried to steal it, apparently.
Yep.
She got her trophy engraved at the Governor's Ball on Sunday after the Academy Awards. She misplaced the trophy, USA Today reported. The situation left her distraught outside of the event. There, I saw a picture of her crying or being very just anguished outside of the play as she exited with her husband, Joel Cohen, who is a Cohen brother. New York Times reporter Cara Buckley tweeted that McDormand had set it down and was chatting when a man apparently swiped it. Security at the Governor's Ball were looking for him, and apparently, though, they got him, and she has retrieved her statue.
Good.
So I'm glad to hear that. All right, that's it.
Weather, traffic.
Brought to you by Wreck Your Ride. Trust Everest Collision to put your needs on top. Download the Everest Collision app and start your claim. They'll take it from there with locations in Salt Lake, Sandy, Tooele, Ogden, or go to everestcollision.com. Nice today, 44, sunny. Should be a lovely day. Traffic, we've got a crash southbound I-15 at milepost 330. This is just north of Layton Parkway in Davis County, off to the right shoulder. And that's it. Things are moving pretty smoothly this morning.
Here's Boehner candidate number 3. One lawmaker was late for a vote because he was picking his wife up at high school. A bill to stop child marriage in Kentucky has been stalled by a conservative group this week, leaving some state lawmakers furious, but the group said they just want to protect parents' rights in the process. State Senator Julie Adams of Louisville introduced Senate Bill 48 after she learned that Kentucky has the third highest rate of child marriage in the country, just below Texas and Florida.
Okay. Yeah, we should get rid of that.
From 2000 to 2015, more than 10,000 children, that means underage people, were married in Kentucky. 10,000. Donna Pollard, a leading advocate for the bill, told the Courier-Journal that she was married at 16 to an older man who had sexually abused her since she was 14. She said she was encouraged to marry him by her mother, who had herself been wed at the age of 13.
I don't want to take care of you no more. You go live with him.
She described her former husband as a perpetrator who regularly abused her. I felt completely and totally trapped, she said. She's managed now to get away from him and be divorced. The so-called child bride legislation would bar marriage for anyone under the age of 17.
You're not capable of making an adult decision then.
It should be 35, but that's
our
just
rule.
Me.
But
yeah.
21 at the least, don't you think?
Yes.
Well, maybe. So 18, you can vote.
Yeah.
You can go to war. 18.
All right.
But under the age of 17, it would require judicial approval for a 17-year-old to wed. Under current law, 16 and 17-year-olds can marry with parental permission, and children can marry even younger.
No.
If they're pregnant.
No. Oh, God,
yeah.
no.
According to law in Kentucky.
No.
Passage of the bill would seem easy enough, but there was a holdup. The Kentucky version of Gail Rosica, whatever her name would be, is getting involved in all of this and stalling the legislation. They were not able to have a vote because one lawmaker was late. He had to pick up his wife at high school. Boehner candidate number 3.
I think you're being generous that they're in school.
Yep. Let's review the first two and vote.
It's just a joke. It's the way to say she was young. Boehner candidate number 1. It was the very best chowder. A man calling 911 about his clam chowder being dumped into a dumpster by someone. He called 911 4 times. Boehner candidate number 2, some Utah lawyers called to complain about this. Now, we should stress, only some called. The Utah State Bar emailing a photo of a topless woman to lawyers, along with an advertisement for their convention in St. George. And Boehner candidate number 3, one lawmaker was late for the vote. He had to pick up his wife at high school.
All right, this is round 1 of your Boehner voting. You've got to decide which one of these 3 candidates is the worst, and therefore the most deserving to go forward to Boehner fight. You get a 50-50 chance of becoming Boehner of the day. It'll go up against the winner of round 2. That happens at 8:20. Boehner fight at 9:20. So, 1, 2, or 3, which one's the most qualified to move forward? Just take that candidate number you think should win, put it in the message of a text. Text it to our short code 33986. Or you can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Looks like Katie's taking votes in the producer's booth. Or you can go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boehner voting March 6. Vote there. Better hurry, though. You only got 300 seconds. Let's go. This is round 1.
It is the 23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of 2 such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the entire galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders!
Today, we join our missionaries as they land on a remote planet called Triskelion.
Hey, Lehi, ever wonder where Zone Leader Hansen finds planets no one has ever heard of to send us to?
Well, I'm sure these folks just call the 1-800 Subspace Channel and request visits by missionaries.
Well, we've been on Triskelion for over a minute now, and no one's made an attempt on our lives. I'd say so far so good.
Well, these are the agreed-upon coordinates. We were supposed to wait here for them to contact us.
What the flip?
Hey, where are we now?
You are in a cavern miles below the surface of Triskelion.
Looky, Butch, disembodied brains. Who are you guys?
We are the providers. 200 quatlus for the tall one. 300 quatlus for the tall one.
Excuse me, providers. I'm Lehi Christiansen, and this is Elder Jensen.
500 quatlus for Elder Jensen.
As I was saying, we represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
600 quatlus for Elder Jensen.
We was wondering if you had heard of our church and if you'd like to hear more.
700 quatlus for Elder Jensen, and I'll let you have the fat one for free.
Hey, wait just a minute. Missionaries come in pairs. You can't split us up. We are a package deal.
Okay. 800 quatlus for both of the Mormons. That's my final offer.
Did we just get sold to that glowing brain under the glass doodad over there?
That's what it sounded like. We'd better get to the bottom of this.
Excuse me. It's me over here, Lehi.
You know, the fat one.
But you're not helping.
Sorry.
If you brains are done talking amongst yourselves, we'd just like to talk to you about joining our faith.
Silence! You are now a drill thrall. You will fight in the arena for our amusement until you are dead.
I don't like the looks of this.
Come on, don't be such a wussy. We have these big stick thingies to defend ourselves with, and our opponent is a scantily clad woman with big breasts. Come on, lady, take your best shot. Ow! Hey, I wasn't ready. Try that again, I dare you. Ow!
Hey, that's gonna leave a mark. Hey, provider guys, care to make a new wager?
300 quatlus on the missionaries. 400 quatlus on the scantily clad woman with big breasts.
How would you like to wager your eternal souls?
Make this good, or we will teleport you onto the surface of Triskelion's sun.
Okay, here's the deal. If we win, we get to go free, and you donate 1,000 quatlus to the LDS Church Missionary Program. We lose, and we will remain drill thralls and fight for your amusement.
I don't know. That's a lot of quatlus.
Well, you chicken?
You have a wager. You two against all of the other drill thralls.
Oh, well, it was nice knowing you, Lehigh.
Don't sweat it, Butch. I got a plan. Is this the end of Butch and Lehigh? Will they spend the rest of their very short lives as drill thralls? Can quatlus be used to pay tithing? How exactly would you baptize a disembodied brain anyway? Tune in next time to hear Lehigh say, "Put down your stick, Butch, and follow my lead."
Well, but we couldn't take a prissy girl thrall, and you think we can take on all them without weapons?
Trust me. Excuse me, drill thralls. I'm Elder Christiansen of the LDS Church. My companion, Elder Jensen,
Hi.
and I were wondering if you'd like to learn more about the Mormon Church.
Hey, where's everybody going?
Foul! You cheated! I demand a rematch!
On the next eye-gouging episode of Space Elders.
From Hell, proudly giving you incomplete sports and traffic with Gina Barberi on X96.
All right, 7:49. Time to award round one of your Boehner voting.
And round one of the Boehner voting is brought to you in part by chicken.
Well, what kind of chicken?
Well, they were chicken thighs.
What'd you do to them?
My wife made them. They were baked in the oven, roasted, I guess, and there was some other stuff. It was good.
And it's Tuesday. Unwind this evening at Gracie's with Tuesday Night Bluegrass Jam featuring hosts Pixie and the Partygrass Boys.
Woohoo!
From 7 to 10, like Gracie's on Facebook for updates. Adults only.
So, Boehner candidate number one, this was the very best chowder, and it got thrown in the dumpster. That's why the man called 911 4 separate times. You understand this?
I understand.
All right.
Carrie's just saying,
The delicious, nice hot bowl of chowder with the crackers in there.
I think he shouldn't have left it unattended.
You got to have the oyster.
The little oyster crackers in there, delicious.
So that's Boehner candidate number one, and people agree with you. Boehner candidate number two. Some Utah lawyers called to complain about this, but just some. Somehow they sent out an invitation to it was the spring bar convention, the Utah Bar Convention for lawyers. Went to every lawyer in the state, probably, who's a member of the bar, and there was a picture of a naked woman attached to it. Accidentally, I'm sure, but somebody's going to pay.
Heads are going to roll?
No kid. I bet they don't, but I think they'll find
Heads never roll.
No. Well, in the old days, they did. When you went in the tumbrel, the little wagon, the tumbrel, when they took you to the guillotine, then
heads are going to roll.
Heads would roll. And then Boehner candidate number three was one lawmaker was late for the vote. He had to pick up his wife at high school. Kentucky has a law, just really archaic, awful laws about child marriage. They allow it, and some lawmakers are trying to get rid of it, but it's been a struggle for some reason.
Wow.
Let's see. Matt won a Boehner T-shirt, and in fact, yes, the winner was Boehner candidate number 3 One lawmaker was late for the vote because he had to pick up his wife at high school.
All right, so there you go. That's the winner of round 1 Boehner voting. It will go up against the winner of round 2. Round 2 happens at 8:20, and we'll take that winning candidate, throw it in with this one. Boehner fight happens at 9:20. That's when Boehner of the day is decided.
Does it ever happen?
Yes.
We have a giveaway. Try the gear, buy the trips, meet the pros at the International Sportsman's Expo coming March 15th through the 18th to the Mountain America Expo Center. See the latest in fishing, hunting, outdoor gear. Come see everything the outdoors has to offer. Tickets are just $14. Youth 15 and under are free. And we have like a family pack or something?
It's a 4-pack of tickets. And people, if they want to come see me, this is Richie T. I'll be there Saturday the 17th from 11 to 1.
If you want to win those, 877-602-9696.
So I wanted to come in and talk to you guys about something very important. You guys in general, as in male listeners of the Radio from Hell show, the idea of a boudoir photo session or boudoir photography.
Spell that.
I think it's just D-U-D-E, like dude, and then war, which would be O-I-R, like boudoir, but it's for gentlemen.
Nope.
Now, this isn't like on your phone texting a picture you took yourself. This is like a professional, like, photo shoot.
You've seen women do it for their husbands and boyfriends.
Yeah, it's called boudoir.
Boudoir, and they're kind of
tastefully done, typically lingerie.
Yeah, usually, things artfully covered here and there. And
Nope.
But so this new thing, I was recently having some pictures done. I dressed up like a unicorn and went around downtown Salt Lake.
I don't want to know why.
Well,
there you can see x96.com/live. You can see Richie as a unicorn.
Okay.
And my photographer.
It just looks like you're wearing pajamas.
Yeah.
No, my face is done up too, Bill. You'd be proud. It's in the
you're
draggiest of drag.
Nope.
My friend Britty. So this is not boudoir, but this is just point of reference. My photographer, her name is Kenny B. She said, the majority of what I'm starting to do is boudoir photography, and I said,
like, there's lots of people that are doing this.
It is a huge surge of
people. All you need is a sock.
But
anyway.
But what it is, it's not, so for women, it's, this sort of sexy.
Yeah.
But the gentlemen have embraced it where it's
a joke.
A joke. It is sloppy,
Okay, what are you supposed to do with this photo?
Yeah. Well, so it's the same kind of thing, like if you look at x96.com/live right now, there is a guy who's dressed up like a mermaid with a big beard and tattoos.
That is kind of funny, I gotta say.
But I'm serious. Do you frame that and hang it in your house?
Nope.
What do you do with that?
Because
that's not cheap to pay a photographer to do a photo shoot like that.
No, but I think the sentiment is where men are very visually attracted by women in the boudoir, the sexy photos. I think the hope, or at least the intention, is that when women love their men because they have senses of humor, because they're great guys and they can be who they are and still love them, that these guys are embracing themselves, doing the soapy sudsy on the car kind of boudoir photos.
I'm gonna do one in a bathtub full of bubbles.
Yeah, same exact kind of thing, but it's a goofy look on your face, and
well,
women,
that's always there.
Yeah, and women are appreciating it.
No, they're not.
It is an industry.
Think so.
No, you say that.
I'd need proof of that.
Yeah, you're
Is
speaking
this
for women
framed on
there.
your desk at work?
Maybe.
Is this?
That's my husband, the mermaid.
You heard it here first, is all I'm saying. So
you say it's going to really catch on.
the trend of boudoir photography.
So you're the bellwether of trends.
Yeah,
you're the.
Look up boudoir, Gina.
I am.
New York Times has written about it.
There's a whole calendar.
Well, then we heard about it in the New York Times before you came in here.
I get that I get it. I just don't know what you do with it. You know what I mean?
But wouldn't you like it if Joe decided to go out and do something? You wouldn't?
Dressed as a, come on, you're lying. If he dressed up with the the curled up shoes and the turban and with the chest showing
was half
like
naked.
Aladdin,
yeah, absolutely, you would.
You would love it. You would love it.
No, 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 no.
Yeah, here's guys posing with pumpkins artfully.
Did you look up just boudoir?
Yeah, they're
Yeah. You would say, I notice how you've just ignored it. You would love it if Joe did that.
no.
Yes.
You just wouldn't know what to do with it.
Well, I'm just
I
being
know what you would
practical,
do with it.
Gina. This is hundreds of dollars for a joke.
What?
Yeah.
I don't.
It's a
I
very
don't know
expensive
what.
joke.
It's an expensive
Gina, no,
because
no.
what do you do with it?
Again, when he's out of town, I know what you would do with it.
All right.
No.
He's gone on a business trip.
This is.
You pull out the
listen,
photo.
Trust me, guys. Your wives and girlfriends do not want
I
these.
don't think so.
They don't want these.
Gina's lying.
You know how I know they don't want them? Because Richie said it'll be fun.
Well, that's.
Because Richie's all for it. That's how I know women do not want this.
Have you done it, Richie?
Does your girlfriend want it? Have you asked her?
I'd
you would do. If anybody's going to do this, you would do
Well,
it.
I have not yet because I was dressed as a unicorn for my last photo session.
She doesn't want
I may, in fact, but I don't think that I'm a very good standard or that she is either because she loves me. So I don't know that that's a good standard.
I
for
would
everyone.
I don't get you, but I would like to see you do one with like sexy overalls and a pitchfork and a piece of straw. And
Okay.
Nope.
Nope. One strap
Yeah,
down.
you bet.
I'm
Nope.
in. I'm
Nope.
in.
No! God! God, please, no!
I don't see the point. All I know is that Gina's lying.
Lying.
You would love a picture of Joe like that.
Crash northbound I-15 at milepost 283 in Lehigh. And let's see. Crash southbound I-15 milepost 330 just north of the Layton Parkway in Davis County. It's off to the right shoulder. And looks like that's about it. Get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
All right, we got the 3-bit gaming segment right after these. Talking about, let's see, new releases. There's a few.
New video games?
Yes, video
Okay.
games.
All right.
And also talking about, blaming video games for violence, which I have a lot to say in one sentence on that.
Okay.
All right.
I blame them.
Railroad. Roll by podcast.
Hi, this.
It is the 20th.
with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96.
Amazing lash cam.
So your mother had a stroke, I know, and she's okay, but apparently you're having minor strokes as well.
About what?
I look over and you're going and waving your hands in the air. And
I'm signaling Carrie about the amazing lash cam.
oh,
I
thought you were having
that
a
was
stroke.
the gamer sponsor segment.
Yeah.
Is there one?
Amazing lash cam.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hey, guys.
Jonathan Deasing is here. He's got some video games to talk about. There are some new releases. And Jonathan, if you're looking at Jonathan right now at x96.com/live.
If you're looking at me, my lash cam.
Yeah, well, your beard cam
My
here.
beard cam. my lip lashes.
Jonathan has an amazing beard. It's grown in well, and he says he's going to shave it. And please, ladies and gentlemen, urge him to keep the beard.
Oh, dear.
Do we have a keep the beard hashtag?
You could just have it really close, like just trim it up really.
I guess I gotta just work out the mustache, right?
Mm,
do
yeah.
I trim it and then have it like a weird gap here, or do I have this thing curling in my mouth every time I eat a hamburger?
What is the? You need to go to the
worst.
beard. What's the beard? Utah beard. The salty somethings.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay, we got to talk about video games before we
we're spending
run out
all
of
the time talking about
Well,
beards.
I guess we're not going to talk about video games. We're going to talk about Donald Trump because that's all we talk about ever, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man, can't stay out of everything I love. So apparently he's messing with video games now. He is meeting with video game representatives of the video game industry tomorrow at the White House.
This meeting should be 30 seconds long.
Yep.
Go ahead, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah, and so he's sitting down with these guys. One of the things, he never stops talking, and one of the things he suggested earlier after the Parkland shooting was, well, there should be a rating system on these things.
Well, there is.
And movies, too. We ought to put a rating system on movies and video games.
There are.
Mr. Trump, there is.
There are.
So maybe that's what he's hoping to explain to them is how simple the problem is to solve. You just add a rating system. But the ESA is the main video game lobbyist group in Washington, has already released multiple statements, but they basically have said this is ridiculous because there are violent video games in every country in the world.
Look at every country. They have all of our movies and games.
Yep.
They are playing them.
Yep. But no, here in America.
What's the common denominator here?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
next. Let's end the meeting and let's go home.
That's it. So we're gonna see.
Will anybody say that though? Will anybody say that to him?
The ESA president's been harshing on that point over and over and over and over again.
I'm sure they will.
I'd like to direct you to Japan first. I'd like to direct you to Australia. Let's go to Italy now. What do they all have in common?
We have a beautiful Trump hotel in almost every one of those cities.
There are so many horror. You mentioned Japan. There are so many the most horrifying video games you can imagine come out of Japan.
Freaky stuff out of Japan.
Yeah, like existential horror. That's where it comes from. And so, this is the problem. So we're going to see what comes from this meeting. Probably absolutely nothing, which is what comes from most of his meetings. So
I'll tell you one thing about those countries. They ain't got a Second Amendment, buddy, and we do.
That's
you know what?
the truth.
Let's talk about that a little bit. So one of the games that's coming out this month, Far Cry 5, comes out at the end of the month, March 27th. It's on PS4, Xbox One, and computer, so PC, and it's full title, so it's $60. And this is we've talked about this before. I talked about this is one of the games I'm really excited for this year, but it is an action adventure, like first-person shooter. It's set in a rural Montana county, and there is a doomsday cult that has kind of taken over the county.
Cool.
Right. And so you take the role of a sheriff's deputy, and you are tasked with arresting this cult leader, and that's kind of the game, is like you're working with all these other people in the town that also want to rid themselves of the yoke of this doomsday cult.
What's it called?
Far Cry 5.
Far Cry 5.
Now, the what makes this game newsworthy beyond it being like a great video game series, the Far Cry series is really stellar and outstanding, is that it has raised a lot of controversy because conservatives feel that it is a direct attack on them. What I think
are conservatives doomsday cultists then? I guess
apparently these are gun-toting American flags on their trucks and gun racks in their trucks type of people.
Well, they're clinging to their gods and their guns
and their religion. And the the thing is that's really freaky that I think is notable is that the 4 former Far Cry games all took place in third world countries, but now they think we're
The third world country.
I think we're there. So they're like, all right, well, the U.S. has
Great.
finally earned themselves a Far Cry title.
Great.
It's cool. So we're starting in Montana. Maybe the next one will be in post-apocalyptic New York or something.
All right.
What is this other one? Sea of Thieves?
Sea of Thieves. This is way more uplifting and cheery. This is Xbox exclusive, but it's also available on PC, and it comes out on March 20th. This is an open-world pirate action-adventure game by the guys, by Rare. So these guys did, like, Conker's Bad Fur Day. They do basically all the Donkey Kong games. Cartoony crap. That's what they do.
Okay, cool.
So cartoony pirates, we're talking, like, krakens, skeletons, ghostly pirate lords, like everything goofy, and you team up with other people, and so you have big
like the
ships,
music.
right? But yeah, it's very
great, yeah.
piratey.
Yeah.
So you have like a big pirate vessel, and it needs to be. You need to have 3 friends there to pilot it.
Oh, there they are.
Or it won't move.
There's three people.
Yeah.
Release the Kraken.
So you can get, if it's just you and you're playing by yourself,
I was
and you don't
gonna
have any
say, how
friends,
does one
you just have a
person-
sloop. You just have like a single person sloop, and that's how you can get around.
Oh.
Or you can make a friend and you can go get a 2-person ship. But it's really not like, that's not like the focus of the game. I mean, it's all about exploration. Like you can be hanging out with your 4 friends, and all of a sudden a Kraken attacks, and it's like kind of a random event.
Someone released the Kraken.
And if you could beat that Kraken off, like you can win a ton of like loot and gear. And then there's some really cool places.
You can making people walk the plank.
Yeah. There's like everything in a pirate. It's like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay.
It's called Sea of
Goofy,
Thieves.
Sea of Thieves. It comes out on the 20th. If you have an Xbox, you have to get this
So
game.
we just have a little tiny bit of time here. Jonathan Deasing from the 3-Bit Gamer Show. It says you have one amazing game you want.
Oh my God! So you guys know Q4 last year is action-packed. Every great game in the world came out. I'm still catching up on all those, and in my backlog, I just started playing Assassin's Creed Origins. That's the one that takes place in Egypt, and you just run around, and it is the most cinematic, gorgeous, unrelentingly beautiful game I have played in the last year. If you have this on your list, if you didn't get around to it last year, I would say definitely pick it up. It is. I mean, there are scenes where you're riding around this ancient Egyptian like landscape with your horse, and you run into some bandits. And I had one scene last night where I had, those big sticks with a mace on the end. That's like the weapon I'm using, and on a horse that puts me at an advantage. And I'm running away from these guys, and I'm freaking out because they're chasing me and shooting arrows at me. And I whistle for my horse. Comes out of nowhere, jumps on its back, and I ride around and start to take out these guys. And I find one is being hassled by my hawk. I have a trained hawk, and it's being hassled, and I just clonk him, keep riding. It's amazing. Assassin's Creed Origins.
Jonathan, I'm sorry we got you down here out of your house. I know that you need to
I'm
get
heading
back
back.
there.
No, I'm heading back.
You need to get back there right away.
Yep.
Jonathan Deasing, you can hear more gamer stuff.
Podcast is out this morning.
Okay.
So 3bitgamershow.com or anywhere that you find your podcasts. 3-Bit Gamer Show. Give it a listen.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks,
Jonathan.
guys.
All right.
Crash northbound I-15 at milepost 279 Main Street in Lehigh. Crash southbound 7th East 48th South in Murray. The right lane is closed there. Crash northbound I-15 milepost 283 in Lehigh. Did I say that already? That means UDOT posted it twice. So I just am making sure you're aware. That's traffic.
All right, we got Boehner's round 2 coming up here. Your candidates, Boehner candidate number 1. Okay, who hasn't done this a few times? I mean, really. Boehner candidate number 2, it was only for nap time. And Boehner candidate number 3, that sex video was my personal property.
We got round 2 of your Boehner voting, along with Big Boy News and Opinioendo, all coming up after these. First, we're going to tell you about New Duello Homes.
This is getting help with your down payment money. Now, how do you do that?
Get a hold of Lolly at New Duello by texting the word money to 62687.
And you will get back a questionnaire, just 7 questions. If you can answer those honestly and affirmatively, you could be qualified for down payment assistance.
This is a government program. It's a monthly allotment of money for qualified people to get a hold of. So you have, I think it runs out every month and then they refund it. So text the word money to to 62687 if you are looking to buy a new home. Now, it doesn't have to be a brand new home. It doesn't have to be your first home either. It's just that you want to buy a home, and it's somewhere just under $500,000 home that you can qualify for.
Which is a good amount of money.
So 62687 is the number. You text the word money to that. You'll get the information you need from New Dwello.
This is very important.
One of the things I love about Valley Office Systems is they're a joy to work with. Honestly, we are a 24-hour business. We rarely have an issue, but when we do, we let them know, and they're out here just as quickly as possible. Honestly, their service is second to none.
time for round 2 of your boner voting. 3 news stories now that are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You'll listen to all 3, and you have to decide which one of these 3 is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and get a 50-50 chance at becoming the boner of the day. If it wins here, it's just got a chance. Goes up against the winner of round 1. We put them both into the Boner Dome for boner fight at 9:20. That's when boner of the day is decided. So pick which candidate goes forward. Round 2. 2 candidates now, then a 3rd candidate after the big boy news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
Well, you see Bill Allred at the liquor store because he's there every day. He'll give you a handshake.
Every other day.
Every other day?
Yeah. Oh. And I go to different ones so they don't flag me.
Well, they know.
Well, by this time, yeah. It's a joke. Sort of. All right, here's boner candidate number 1. Okay, so who hasn't done this a few times? Bangladesh authorities arrested a passenger on an airline who stripped naked and watched porn on his computer before attacking a airline crew member on a flight from Kuala Lumpur to Dhaka, Bangladesh. Shortly after takeoff, the 20-year-old university student, yes.
You expect him to watch the porn with his clothes on?
No,
Come on.
As the title says, okay, who hasn't done this a few times?
Is that a real picture? Like, that was,
Oh,
that's
my.
him?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Shortly after takeoff, the 20-year-old university student was flying home from, began to exhibit disturbing behavior at about 10,000 feet, which is where it usually strikes me.
Yep.
You can't help it at 10,000 feet.
The man took off his clothes and started watching porn on his laptop.
Just there, sitting in the. He's not even under a blanket or anything.
That's Gina. That's the point of this boner candidate. Let me get through it here. The man took off all his clothes. An airline crew member said, "Sir, would you please put back on your clothing?" And he complied. Yes, all right, I'll put on my clothes, he said.
All right, senior buzzkill.
The cabin crew approached him and politely asked him to put on his clothes. But then soon after, the man went to the restroom and started to embrace a female crew member. He complied with their request, but then a short while later, there was some commotion at the toilet area. And it turned out he was harassing a stewardess, as they put it, a stewardess. The man tried to embrace another female crew member later in the flight, but became aggressive and attacked the head cabin crew member after attempts were made to calm him down. With the help of other passengers, crew members were able to restrain the man by tying a piece of cloth around his hands. The crew on board followed standard operating procedures in restraining a passenger who insisted on taking off his clothes and watching pornography. Boner candidate number 1. Okay, come on. Who hasn't done this a few times? Here's boner candidate number 2. Well, it was only for nap time. 3 Illinois daycare teachers were arrested Friday for allegedly giving toddlers gummy bears laced with over-the-counter sleep aid melatonin. Oh, over-the-counter sleep aids and melatonin.
Oh, okay.
Do they work at Kitty Junction? Because that's what the sweatshirt says.
I'm guessing. Kitty Junction Educational Institute. Kristen Loletta, Jessica Hayes, and Ashley Helfenbein were each charged with 2 counts of endangering the life and health of a child. Des Plaines, Illinois police alleged that they were called to the Kitty Junction Daycare Center by daycare management after they discovered the teachers had been distributing the gummy bears to calm the kids down at nap time.
Well, what do you suggest? Milk and cookies?
And they were having
that never works.
Well, they were having a hard time waking some of the kids up.
No.
Well, that melatonin will make you groggy.
I took it one time. Never again.
Can't do it.
Really?
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
Next
It
day.
works that really?
Yeah. I mean, it'll put you to sleep.
Yeah.
But it just does not get out of your system.
It hangs on.
Yeah.
It made me groggy for several hours after I woke up. So there you go. Boehner candidate number 2. What was only for nap time?
It's Kitty Junction. What's your function? Putting melatonin into the gummies.
Carrie, you don't do parodies.
That's right.
Here's Boehner candidate number 3 coming up in a minute. That sex video was my personal property.
All right. Round 2, Boehner candidate number 3. After this here, Big Boy News and Opinnuendo, brought to you by
Hastur Games has the best selection of the latest board games, Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, and more. It's a great place to stay and play. Remember, Hastur has it, 6831 South State, and online at HasturGames.com.
All right. I'm going to do this story for you, Gina, because I know it's just going to make you go, oh, God!
Oh, God. What is it?
So, man and woman in Florida arrested for having sex in their backyard.
Okay. In your own backyard? You can't do that?
They were father and daughter.
Ew, oh, God.
Justin Bunn, 39. Here they are at x96.com/live. Justin Bunn and his 19-year-old daughter, Taylor Bunn, were arrested. Both, listen to this line.
All right.
Both father and daughter confessed to having the consensual sex, but claimed this is just an isolated incident.
I mean, it's not like we do it all the
It's
time.
just, this is a one.
I guarantee you they didn't use the phrase isolated incident.
The Bunns appeared in court on incest charges, and the judge ordered them to, quote, stay away from one another.
Jeez. God.
See, I knew that would. That was the one. That's the one for you.
Chisel Florida into the ocean. Just,
Bugs Bunny did that.
Detach
he did.
From
That's
the
right.
He
rest
detached
of
it.
Yeah.
Pushed it off.
Let's see now. Lawmakers have proposed that they start taxing porn.
What?
$20 internet tax.
How are
on
you
porn.
going?
Yeah, how do you...
A new bill aims to charge Rhode Island residents a one-off $20 fee to access sexually explicit content online. Hope Todd Weiler's not listening.
How do you do this?
Well, here's what you do.
Okay.
They would impose stringent rules on internet providers who do not comply with the law. 2 state Democrats, Frank Ciccione and Hannah Gallo, introduced the bill on Thursday that would mandate the internet providers block, which they can do, sexual content and patently offensive material. So, block it, and then customers would be able to lift the block if they pay $20. So it's your porn license.
Well,
the fees
$20 every time, a one-time?
No, one time.
I want to know who's going to be in charge of deciding which websites are
porn,
and which are not.
The internet providers, I guess. Consumers would be able to lift the block, but only if they pay a fee of $20. The fees would be collected by the state government and go to the state treasurer and fund operations of the Council on Human Trafficking. Some people expressed opposition to the bill, criticizing the lawmakers for conflating sex work with human trafficking, want to propose action diverse to hashtag sex work or hashtag sex workers, and conflate human trafficking into a discussion, one Twitter user said. Sex work is not trafficking.
It's true.
Yeah. If you're not doing it under duress and all that, then it's, yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. And I think it's just a one-time.
I think they'll
$20 fee. You think the blocking is going to be the problem?
It'll be a combination of things. First, the Constitution. That'll be a problem.
Oh,
and then secondly, I think it'll be, who decides what sites? Because there are a couple of adult humor sites that someone like Todd Weiler would consider porn, which are not.
Yeah. What Dylan Allred? Yes.
I'm just imagining trying to call your television provider, or your internet provider. Hi, I need to pay $20 for that thing. Sir, what do you need to pay $20 for? I just want to go.
I'm doing research.
I'm writing
for
a paper,
college
for
paper.
Well, that's what they're hoping to discourage, to shame people.
You know what where this is going to cause a problem too. It just occurred to me. Unless there's a way that you could see, because you could do it online or something, but unless there is a way to prove that you're not tracking who's doing it, because that's private. That's private.
Well, then the very nature, the mechanism of what they're doing is trackable.
Here's what I think.
So,
what I think will happen.
Paying on a credit card, it's trackable.
Yeah. Here's what I think will happen. That big porn.
Is there such a?
Sure.
Oh, my God.
Anymore?
Oh, my God. I guarantee you representatives for Pornhub, the biggest site in the country, certainly, they're already in Rhode Island saying this is unconstitutional, is this, is that, and this and that, and so that it doesn't happen. Now it began with a subpoena, and it ended with a question about whether the guy who got the subpoena was drunk on live TV. Sam Nunberg, a one-time Trump campaign aide who recently met with investigators for the special counsel, Robert Mueller, set cable news alight on Monday when he declared that he was subpoenaed to go before a grand jury on Friday, but that he said he was unlikely to appear or to provide the documents he was ordered to hand over. He indicated he did not know what special counsel Robert Mueller III was seeking by ordering him to appear before the grand jury and to turn over a number of documents. There was no way to authenticate the subpoena, though. So he's waving around a piece of paper. See, that's the other thing. He's waving around a piece of paper that's saying, this is a subpoena I got from Robert Mueller's office. When contacted, Mueller's office said nothing. We are not commenting.
Because they don't comment on anything.
Yeah, which is smart. But Nunberg said he was unconcerned about the potential for being arrested. By mid-afternoon, he'd been interviewed on MSNBC and CNN and Fox and everywhere.
Strange.
And on CNN, Aaron Burnett said, I'm sitting very close to you here, and I can smell, is that alcohol on your breath? Can I smell alcohol on your breath? He said no.
Now, McKay Coppins at The Atlantic, reporter, reminds us all that he has been pulling stunts like this for years. Mm-hmm. Also, when I spoke to Nunberg last night, he was in full victory lap mode. Quote, "You know I'm the #1 trending person on Twitter? You have to report this. The champ does whatever the F he wants. Nobody's done a spectacle like this before."
Mr.
So
Nunberg
Kerry thinks it's all put on.
I think it's a distraction.
Mr. Nunberg is a protege of self-described dirty trickster Roger Stone Jr.,
Exactly.
who has been a focus of aspects of the various investigations into Russian collusion with the Trump campaign. Nunberg provided a part of a subpoena to the New York Times. It was dated February 27th. It makes no mention of requiring him to appear before a grand jury. I think there is some question as to whether he really even has a subpoena.
He was waving it around like a prop, so it could be anything.
Carrie, this is my subpoena right here. I've been subpoenaed.
He said he'd been interviewed.
Yeah,
a 5-hour
and he has.
interview.
Because he's very truthful.
Yeah.
Well,
he's not to be trusted. And at the end of the night, he said he's going to cooperate. So it was just a big distraction. So we wouldn't be looking at all the other stuff that happened yesterday that they don't want you to look at.
I would not be surprised if he has not been subpoenaed by anybody for anything.
Oh, I'm sure he's been, but,
Yeah, Roger Stone is pretty good.
But Roger Stone is a master trickster. And this guy studied at the foot of Roger Stone.
All right, so let's see now. Former director of Salt Lake City's 911 call center has been sentenced to 3 days in jail for driving under the influence.
Oh, oops.
Scott Freitag, the now former director of Salt Lake City's 911 dispatch center, pleaded guilty to driving drunk, sentenced to 3 days in jail, a fine, and community service. He is also a Layton City Council member. He was pulled over by Centerville police on January 3rd for driving erratically while entering Interstate 15 at Kaysville. Police said that Freitag failed a field sobriety test and had .214 blood alcohol content.
But he's not resigning from the council.
I don't believe so. He was put there by the voters. My guess is the voters will resign him next election cycle. So that is that. Let's see now. This is Terry Crews. This is weird. So you remember he made a bunch of claims that he had been sexually harassed by, I believe it was somebody in an agent's office, and groped and so forth. Terry Crews has agreed to take a mental health exam in connection with his sexual assault lawsuit against an agent he claims groped him at a party. Lawyers for the agent, Adam Venett, filed a stipulation in Crews' civil lawsuit. The stipulation said the exam will take 7 hours, and it names a doctor who was mutually agreed upon. According to the doctors, the exam will include a comprehensive psychosocial and medical history and the administration of mental status testing and psychological testing. Terry Crews claims that Venett grabbed his genitals at a party. He's filed a criminal complaint against Venett and Mr. Venett is currently under investigation.
I mean, is this literally, you're crazy? That never happened? Let's prove you're crazy?
So Venett's lawyers have said, we think he's crazy. He says, I'm not. Will you take a mental health exam? Yes, I will.
That'll be
pretty strange. That's a strange one.
I'm surprised his attorney is
going along
with it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe his attorney said, I know Terry's not crazy. He's not.
Yeah, depending on how the test is conducted.
Well, it's there'll be stipulations. It's going to be administered, by the way, by Sam Nunberg, who has a certificate that he was waving on TV saying he's a mental health official.
Sports, weather, traffic.
Oh, well, let's see. The Jazz, they won last night. They beat Orlando 94-80, and Quinn Snyder got all upset at the refs. Not one free throw for the Jazz the entire first half.
Is Quinn Snyder the coach?
Yes.
Okay.
He got thrown out of the game, and they won anyway, so that's good. And apparently BYU is playing good basketball or something.
They got to play.
I don't know.
They got to play Gonzaga today, and if they beat Gonzaga, they will they'll be automatically go to the NCAA.
Yeah, but they won't because it's Gonzaga.
And Trump will never win.
Go Bulldogs. That's sports. Weather really nice today. Partly cloudy, 44. It's going to be warm. Your snow will start melting. Let's see, traffic. It's been a pretty smooth day traffic-wise. Let's see. Crash northbound I-15 milepost 279 Main Street in Lehigh. And crash southbound 7th East 48th South in Murray. Looks like we've got some slowage northbound I-15 coming through the Draper-Sandy area. I don't think there's an accident there. It's just that normal daily slowage you have in that area. Stop buying disposable office printers off the shelf at that big box store. Get the highest quality commercial grade printers from Valley Office Systems for a whole lot less than you'd expect. ValleyOfficeSystems.com.
Here's Boehner candidate number 3. That sex video is my personal property. And it really was. Pinellas Park, Florida. A Florida woman is suing a mobile phone store employee for invasion of privacy, claiming he stole a sex video while working on her cell phone. Keely Hightower tells the Tampa Bay Times she thought the employee was taking kind of a long time when she took her phone to the store in May. The next day, she spotted an unfamiliar email sent from her account with an attachment in the trash folder. She said the file was a video that she had kept on her phone showing her engaging in some sex act. She realized that it had been sent by the employee at the phone store, Roberto Sanchez Ramos. She called police. Court records show that he has pled guilty to a computer offense charge, got 6 months in jail, and now she's suing him and the company that owns the phone store because of this invasion. What she says is an invasion of her privacy. So whatever you think of, what she did or what she has on her phone,
it really was business.
Yeah, it was really her personal property. That sex. I just advise you be careful what you have on your phone when you take it to the phone store, because they will look at everything on it. Now they may, I don't know, they'll look at everything on it, but they will have access to everything on it. So be careful what you put there. Boehner candidate number 3. That sex video was my personal property.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boehner candidate number 1. Okay, so who hasn't done this just a few times? It's a naked passenger watching porn on an airplane, on an airliner. He just took off. He said, well, I guess I want to watch my porn now on my laptop computer. He took off all of his clothes and then started watching it. He also harassed the flight crew. Boehner candidate number 2. Well, it was only for nap time. Daycare teachers allegedly giving toddlers melatonin-laced gummy bears to calm them for nap time. And Boehner candidate number 3. That sex video was my personal property.
You got to decide. This is round 2. You got to pick which one of these candidates is the worst and therefore most qualified to go forward to battle the winner of round 1 and get a 50-50 chance of becoming Boehner of the day. Boehner fight happens at 9:20. All right. So 1, 2, or 3, the candidate that you think should go forward, pick it and put it in the message of a text, just 1, 2, or 3, the number. Text that to our short code 33986. You can call 877-602-9696, use your voice, or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boehner voting March 6. Vote there. But you better hurry. You've only got 4.5 minutes to do it in. This is round 2 of your Boehner voting. Here we go.
Bill Allred, Gina Barberi. What you got there is Radio from Hell on X96.
All right. Time to award round 2 of your boner voting.
And round 2 of the boner voting is brought to you by this sheet pan dish. There's this whole movement of cooking on a sheet pan, you know, and so it's like chicken and vegetables, and it's all seasoned up, and you just put it on a sheet pan and bake it. That's really, really good. So sheet pan chicken.
All right.
Anybody else?
No, that's it.
All right. Well, it was doubly delicious. So we had boner candidate number 1. Okay, who hasn't done this a few times? I know I have. Taken off all my clothes and watched porn on my laptop while on an airline flight once or twice.
No, you
haven't I?
No.
Yeah, probably not. Boner candidate number 2. It was only for nap time. Teachers at a daycare giving toddlers melatonin-laced gummy bears to calm them down for nap time. Because, as Gina pointed out, cookies and milk, that's not going to cut it.
That didn't work.
No. And then boner candidate number 3, that sex video was my personal property. It's a woman suing a cell phone store employee over a stolen sex video. So on her phone, she gave him the phone to work on, and he took a copy of the video.
Just know when you take your phones in, they can see all of that.
Yep. Now actually, when I've taken my phone in, they'll do it right in front of you, and they'll say, "Okay, we're going to do this, and make sure there's nothing there you don't want me to see."
We're not blaming her.
No.
Okay.
No.
So people who are accusing us of victim blaming.
No.
That's not what we're doing.
Somebody really is?
Yes.
No, she was in the right here.
Exactly.
Yeah. But
pay attention.
But the phone store employee didn't win the boner award anyway.
If you're going to sling mud, pay attention.
I thought it would be just overwhelming, but it was fairly evenly spread.
Not number 2?
Number 2 did win.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The lacing the gummy bears with the melatonin for the kids at the daycare. That's the winner.
So that one goes forward to Boner Fight. It has a 50-50 chance of becoming Boner of the Day. Goes up against the winner of round 1's Boner voting. Boner Fight happens at 9:20. That's when it's decided.
Oh, before we get to emails of maybe some interest.
Like, do they get the?
Well,
the
maybe
themes,
they might be
theme?
emails of a little interest. But before you do that, I just want to thank the guy this morning on West Temple at about 10 minutes to 6 this morning who didn't mow me down. I was jaywalking across West Temple as I do every morning, Monday through Friday. And
so if you want to mow Bill down.
Yeah, I mean, that's where to go. And I misjudged. There's usually just a little tiny bit of oncoming traffic. I either misjudged or he signaled to turn onto Broadway here. That's what I thought I saw, that he had signaled. So I thought, well, I've got plenty of time to get across the street. And I took a step, and then I realized, oh, if I take another step, I'm going to get run over. And I stopped, and he stopped and let the jaywalker, I'm the lawbreaker here, but he stopped and let me cross in front of him. And I went, thanks for not killing me, but I just wanted to, if whoever,
he's listening.
or he or her, if you're listening, I was the guy you almost mowed down, but you were kind enough to slow down and stop and let me cross. Thank you. So, emails of some interest?
Well, Carrie needs to know if he needs
I need to know.
You can't just be iffy. You need to commit. Either these are emails of interest or they're not.
All right, I think they're emails of interest.
Okay. You think that they're...
Email of interest.
Oh, God, I hope.
You're stepping out there.
I know. Okay, I have 3.
Okay.
They're short.
All right.
The number one is the commenting on Elizabeth Warren. Nevertheless, she persisted.
Okay.
And I said, and I'm serious about this. I don't know where I'll get it, but I might have that phrase tattooed on me somewhere. Nevertheless, she persisted.
Oh, I didn't know you were thinking about that.
I think it's really good. And this person sent me an email of a picture of her friend. My badass friend got this tattoo. It's from Lisa Marie. I don't know. Do we have a picture at x96.com/live? of the tattoo? No. It's now I don't agree with here. They copied it. I don't agree kind of with where she did it and how she did it, but
On her hand?
it's kind of on her hand.
And it's the cursive.
Yeah.
And it's the full sentence that starts at about her wrist and goes up to her thumb.
Yeah.
On her left
Now,
hand.
if you Google, nevertheless, she persisted tattoo, lots of people
Have they?
have done
Oh,
this.
then I'll look for some examples and samples. Do
Looks
some
like-
of them look good? I like.
Looks like a lot of wrists and forearms.
Mm-hmm.
Bicep. It's a popular tattoo.
Men have done it as well, or are they all, or is it all women? As far as you can tell.
I mean, we're just seeing arms and things, but it looks like it's most. I don't see any men.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll set a trend. So is that an email of interest?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's another one.
Email of interest.
This one we got earlier. That well, it's March 2nd. It says, "Hey Bill, I listen every day from Las Vegas.
Thank you.
I listen to Yo Guys beat. I listen to Yo Guys beat any morning show out here.
I think that's just a typo.
I'm a Vegas native, and you guys are badass.
Thank you.
Can I get a shout out?
Shout.
Capo.
Capo.
So
shout.
So it's a shout out to Capo in Las Vegas from the badasses.
I was just
at
in
Radio
your
from
Fair
Hell.
City.
That's nice, but
not
I don't know if it was of interest.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to take the music back. I think.
Okay.
You know.
Oh. Can you just take the music? Oh, there it is. Yeah, taking it back. Okay.
There.
But
I mean,
I
it
think
was nice. It was a nice.
so. Final one, number 3. Final. I think this is an email of interest. I know it'll be of interest to Carrie.
All right.
This is from Sandy.
Okay.
It says subject question. Hello. Can I be your producer? Thanks for your time, Sandro.
That's all it says.
That's all it says. Oh, and there's a.
Hey, well,
I didn't dare go to. There was a website here.
Oh, I just clicked on it.
Okay. I
did
wouldn't
you?
have done that, but
No, I didn't dare do it.
all right.
What is?
And?
I'm Sandro. This is my page. Here are a few facts about me.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay.
I live in a van.
Yeah.
I rode a bicycle from New Jersey to California, and I'm a radio producer.
Really?
You can say you're a radio producer.
Does Sandro give some examples?
Is there? Yeah. Is the resume on there? I mean, that's like me saying I'm a cowboy.
This is a radio name too. The name is Sandy Rhodes.
Sandy Rhodes.
I'm Sandy Rhodes, radio producer. I rode a bicycle from where?
Jersey to.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, here's a
A resume?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Let's see. 2010, I went to Rowan University in Jersey. I
Yeah.
worked for Rowan Radio.
That's the college station.
The college
okay.
station.
All right.
Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see. If
I'm sorry we're doing this, Richie. I just
Yeah.
I don't want you to feel. Well, maybe you should.
Actually, that's all he's.
No other
That's it?
experience.
Not really.
No actual experience.
Well, he's probably fresh. Is there a picture of Sandro?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me see.
Oh no! Here you got a job at Sirius XM.
Okay.
That's not radio.
It's not radio.
Sandro.
Well, it's
Well, it's doing what though?
Just
You know.
started a new job. It's
Getting Mr. Stern's.
we've already
water.
given him more time
Yeah.
than we should.
Well, no, I think it's.
Well, I mean, it's just because.
I think it's kind of flattering
Because I mean,
Why is it flattering?
that
So
he wants
he's
to
riding
produce
a
our
bike.
show.
No, he's riding a bike from New Jersey to California, and he's with a sign on his bike that says, "Are you hiring a radio producer?" So he's.
Oh, he's stunty.
My guess is he's contacting all. Do
he's
you
a-
know this guy, Richie?
I think we should.
I think we should strongly consider it.
I think so too. He's a go-getter. He's anxious for a job.
Yeah.
This sounds like something you would do. Actually,
Maybe it is. Maybe.
Are
It's
you
a little-
Sandro? You're
it's a little
Sandro. aren't you?
stunty.
It's
I
very.
don't know.
That's okay. We can fire Richie and then rehire Richie, paying him less money
Yeah, do it.
under the name Sandro.
But after I get to do the bike ride from New Jersey to here.
Well,
Well,
Sandro,
so far this hasn't got him a job.
Yeah.
I just want to would say I'm very. I think you've done a great job doing this.
I don't.
I don't
Doing what?
think. Well, he's being proactive.
But it's he rode a bike from New Jersey to California with this sign, and he still doesn't have a job. It didn't
You
work.
said he's working at Sirius.
No, he has worked.
Oh, well, he'll get a job. I guarantee it. I guarantee.
You guarantee it?
Yes, as a matter of fact, the minute Kayvon, our boss, hears about this, he's on
He'll
staff.
have it.
This is the kind of go-getter we need, he'll say.
Let's see if we're going and getting traffic. Yeah, no, we're good. So keep doing that. It's just regular slowage, no accidents to report.
Tuesday Tunes with Todd coming up. Stand by for that. I think, do we have a giveaway as well? No? Okay.
No, but we do. We can tell you about Hoop's Vision.
Yes.
And the great folks there. It was really great to talk to Dr. Hoop Sr. the other day. He's.
How you doing, William?
He's a bear of a man, and a great. He has built a great facility out there in Draper, Hoop's Vision Correction. Check out the smile procedure that they're doing right now. It's gentle on the eye. It's a quick recovery, and Smile opens the opportunity of laser vision correction to people who had not previously been able to do it. Now, I did mine years and years ago. Carrie's many years now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, laser.
I mean, you may have had a test 5 years ago, and they may have said you don't qualify or you're just not quite right. Go and check with them again, because the technology is advancing all the time, and Hoops are always the first to get in on all of this stuff.
Now, for a limited time, you can save $800 on the Smile procedure at Hoops Vision. Call today and be smiling all year long, it says. 877-30-LASIK. That's 877-305-2745. It's a no-obligation appointment. You can find out more, too, by going to hoopsvision.com.
Hey, you get a brand new episode every Monday. It's free and not safe for work. Find us at geekshowpodcast.com or wherever you get podcasts from. But if you haven't seen Black Panther, don't listen this week. All of the panelists except Jay take the week off, and we bring in a panel of very special guests, and we make a deep dive into Black Panther. Full of spoilers, you have been warned. It got vibranium.
GeekShowPodcast.com.
You know, he works late a couple nights a week, and then I'm in charge of dinner.
That means Olive Garden.
Which is a laugh.
Which me in charge of dinner is never me making dinner.
It's Olive Garden.
You know, you could learn. You're not stupid. You could learn. It's not. No, it's probably too late for you.
Listen, there are a limited number of recipes that you can do with meat and bread. And that's...
And my kids will tell you this story if you ever have them. What does your mom make you for dinner? And you know what they will tell you? Mac and milk.
Mac and milk?
Because a while ago I went to make mac and cheese for them.
You know, we have people who work for the Division of Child and Family Services listening to this show. I'm not sure you want to tell this.
And because I don't eat mac and cheese, I don't think, really. So you boil the pasta, and then I measured out the milk.
This is for the boxed.
Yeah, to put the
crap
powder in.
that any moron can do.
Yeah.
That at 8 years old
Yeah.
I was doing.
And I poured the milk into the noodles, and I put it on the table, and the kids, all three of them, sitting there, and they said, "Did you put the cheese?"
Where's the cheese?
back in?"
It's just powder. It's cheese powder. Where is it?
I forgot to put it in the milk and mix it up.
So you are stupid. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Yeah.
It's impossible for you to learn to cook.
Yes.
You could do it.
But my husband does such a good job.
But that burden falls upon you to give succor to your family.
They can have
nourish
pizza twice a week.
Gina, to nourish and strengthen their bodies.
That doesn't hurt them to have pizza twice a week.
So you're a disappointment. I'm surprised you snagged a husband.
I am too.
Well, everybody.
And he's such a good guy. He wouldn't divorce me now that he knows the truth.
Even though he was duped.
This is now a pity marriage.
All the way.
I'm married.
I got him to marry me quickly.
Now I'm married to you out of pity. I got to stick with you because you wouldn't survive.
Radio from Hell on X96.
I have a little bit of skin cancer on my face right now that I have to go to the dermatologist next week for. I hope he's not going to.
Well, don't go to Trevor's dermatologist, clearly.
Yeah, I don't think my dermatologist is going to chop off.
No.
No.
I think
probably
you're
not.
all right.
Okay. Scary, though.
Oh, hi, Todd.
Tuesday turns with Todd on X96. Radio from Hell.
It's Todd Newcomb.
That's overly cheery, isn't it?
It is kind of.
That's all right, though.
Todd is here to bring us a song that we maybe have heard a little bit, but it's one he likes, and he's going to make us like it whether we want to or not.
Especially this one. This is
Here's the song, actually.
Oh, is it? Oh, it is. That's right.
It is.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Someone's got a birthday. I wonder who.
What's Todd?
I'm glad you didn't take your birthday off.
No, I like to hang out. I mean, it's a good time.
Yeah.
And you know what's fun, and it describes my age, which we won't get into, but for my birthday, we got a new bed that's kind of adjustable, so.
Oh, you like? Yeah. Is it one of the, you press the button and it moves? Yeah.
Nice.
Nice, huh?
So,
You deserve it.
I really do. I need a good rest.
You do.
Especially since the old mattress was just a canyon.
You know your shoes squeak.
I know, and I don't know why. Like, sometimes they squeak because I put inserts. I have these orthotics. These I don't have them in. These are just squeaking on their own. My Jordan.
So we know you're coming.
You can hear me a mile away.
I have a pair of athletic shoes like that just, for some reason, they just.
What do you do for something like that?
Well, with an
Nothing,
orthotic, you put baby powder in between it and the shoe and the part that goes over.
I didn't
These
know
are
that.
I haven't identified. But they might squeak, but dude, these kicks, they're sweet, right?
They look good,
right? Those are some, I'm
Are
proud of my
they,
shoes.
are they birthday shoes?
No, these are Christmas shoes.
Okay.
All right. So what do you got for us, Todd?
So I think that St. Vincent is, she's one of the most talented individuals making
Super
music.
cool.
And just brilliant. Like you watch her on the guitar and it will remind you of watching Prince. I mean, she's that good in my book. And this is one of those songs where like people sometimes think, oh, Todd just plays whatever he wants on X96 all day long. No, I can promise you that is not the case because you wouldn't be here in Alice Martin.
Yeah, that's right. No, you need to see some of the meetings that happened.
We were groaning about a couple things yesterday going, oh my God, people still want to hear this.
Yep.
Anyway, but I think that she's brilliant. And if it were all up to me, just playing what I wanted, you'd be hearing this song like every hour. But check it out. It's called Los Angeles from the Mass Seduction album from St. Vincent.
I nearly said Los Angeles.
I know, it's tricky. That's what I thought it was at first when I got it. I'm like, wait.
And what's the name of the album again?
Mass Seduction.
Okay, it's St. Vincent, Los Angeles on X96, Tuesday Tunes with Todd. There you go.
I love that song.
So
I
it's,
like the album before that too was brilliant. But this is good. St. Vincent, the song is Los Angeles.
That's nice.
Yep, she's and it's really if you see her perform.
Oh,
I haven't
man.
seen her live, but you know,
You can see her on YouTube. Yeah,
she's amazing.
Nobody does what she's doing, and it's brilliant. And our buddy Jack Antonoff from Bleachers produced this album that she just did.
She
Amazing.
works with Talking Heads. What's his name?
Byrne.
Yeah,
David Byrne.
David Byrne. She works with David Byrne a lot,
Hmm.
and they do certain. She does certain things. You can tell that she kind of copies him a little bit.
Oh yeah, she's totally influenced by Talking Heads. Like
Yeah.
you'll hear it in all of her work, and it's just so good. Like she is. I like her because it's just a little tiny bit challenging. It's not just here's this song you'll like 13 seconds in. Like you gotta chew on this one a little bit and really digest it. So
Yeah, Carrie, if
I
you
like that.
Google, I'm sure something will come up, a video of her performing with David Byrne.
I'm still mad at myself for not jumping faster on the getting David Byrne tickets because I was in Florida that weekend that they went on sale. And
I'll see what I can do, Gary.
well, and they were all sold out except for one ticket.
Oh no, you should have just bought it.
One?
There was one ticket, just one left, and I'm like, oh yeah. But
Let me do some research.
Sue really wanted to
what I
go.
can do.
Yeah, maybe
Uh,
phone a friend or something.
I'm going to quickly plug the Railroad Roll by podcast.
Please do.
That's hard to say.
No, it's easy.
The
We haven't-
Railroad
Roll by podcast.
Railroad Roll
Roll
by. I think it's hard to say. Railroad Road. See?
You don't have to. Todd has to.
I know.
say
I got it. And you can get that if Google Play finally posted it, so it's on iTunes, on Google Play, and Spreaker, and on x96.com. A new episode drops a week from today.
What's it about, Todd?
I can't remember. We already recorded it. I don't know.
No. I mean, what's the whole
Oh,
podcast
the
about?
podcast. We talk about trains. And it's funny that a lot of X96 listeners, and it's not the thing that I normally would assume that most X96 listeners would be into, would be trains, but there are quite a few, and we're finding them.
Good.
And a couple of people at the train show on Saturdays saw me, and hey, Newcomb, I like the podcast. It was just great. So check
That's
that out.
great.
And it's about like trains and model railroads and stuff. So
All right. Thank you, Todd.
Indeed.
Thank you very much, Todd. Glad that's working, and happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thursday turns with Todd on X96. Ran from hell.
Someone's got a birthday. I wonder who.
It's Todd.
So call Todd this afternoon and wish him happy birthday.
Okay, I will.
That'd be nice.
Happy to do it.
Yes. Let's see now. Coming up, we do have Boehner fight on the way. Before that, it looks like we have time for a reasonable amount of news.
All right.
So all of that news that you had left over,
I'll get it.
get to it.
I'm going to work on it now while Gina bats her eyes.
Amazing Lash Cam, x96.com/live. You can see my lashes. From Amazing Lash Studio in Sugar House. Now, if you guys know anything about me, I'm lazy.
Yes, we know that.
And getting your lashes done is good for lazy people. No, it's good for me because I get up early and coming into work, and we have this camera now in the studio, x96.com/live, and getting my lashes done, having lash extensions done, makes my getting ready in the morning easier. I don't have to worry about mascara. I don't have to worry about when the mascara comes off and you get the raccoon eyes underneath. They're long, dark lashes, and they look good all the time. Now, if you go to Amazing Lash Studio, you should come see me, by the way. I'm doing a remote there on Saturday for their grand opening. And they're 1202 Wilmington Avenue. You know, they're right across the street from the Ruin.
Oh, okay. Well,
Right
that's
there.
handy.
And they're offering an introductory offer, only $79.99 for a full set of lashes. And you get a free gift during the grand opening all this week with all purchases of lash sets. You get free lash wand or maintain lash kit. And plan on coming and seeing me on Saturday, 4 to 6 at Amazing Lash Studio.
X96 is your home for non-stop music.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Radio from Hell show is proud to announce a brand new entertainment in downtown Salt Lake City.
That's right. It's the grand opening of Carrie & Bill's Shakespeare Dinner Theater, where patrons can enjoy the very best in culture and cuisine.
Each month, Bill and I will present a brand new Shakespeare play for your delight.
And with each play, we'll change our dinner theater menu. We begin this weekend with Hamlet, Prince of Denmark.
Who's there? Nay, answer me. Stand and unfold yourself.
Long live the king.
Bernardo?
Line. He.
You come most carefully upon your hour.
'Tis now struck 12. Get thee to bed, Francisco.
And with immortal lines like that from the Bard, you get your choice of Hamlet Hawaiian-style ham, a juicy ham steak with a pineapple ring, or the Polonius chicken pot pie.
And what's even more fun, not only will Bill and I play most of the parts, but we'll be your waiters.
In coming months, you'll delight to other great Shakespearean masterpieces.
Like The Taming of the Shrew, with me as Petruchio and Bill as Catherine the Shrew.
If I be waspish, best beware my sting.
My remedy is then to pluck it out.
Aye, if the fool could find it where it lies.
Who knows where a wasp does wear his sting? In his tail.
In his tongue.
Whose tongue?
Yours, if you talk of tails, and so farewell.
What? With my tongue in your tail? Nay, come again, good Kate, I am a gentleman.
It's Carrie & Bill's Shakespeare Dinner Theater in the old Felt Electric building in the Regent Street alley off 2nd South.
And look in your Happenings coupon book for a 2-for-1 coupon, good on Wednesdays and Thursdays at Carrie & Bill's Shakespeare Dinner Theater. Your dinners are full price, but one of you will get to sit through the play twice.
Get thee hence to Carrie & Bill's Shakespeare Dinner Theater, where you give us the dough and we put on the show.
From hell.
All right, let's see, 19 minutes after 9 o'clock right now. We got Boehner fight coming up in a few moments, so get ready for that. But first, a reasonable amount of news.
Brought to you by Bad Apple. They offer value pricing on approved aftermarket screens at a significant discount to competitors. And they're also the only place to offer low-priced premium phone screens with a lifetime warranty. 10 locations along the Wasatch Front. Go to badapplerepair.com.
Oh, let's see. Where do I want to start here? I've done all the gruesome story. No. There's a story about a really horrible accident in New York. Did you read about that? Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I put it in a file for stories that you can read it on your own, Gina.
Okay.
All right. I won't do it. Let's go to, well, how about this?
All right.
Adrian Lawrence dropped the hammer on ESPN on Sunday and filed sexual harassment and discrimination lawsuits against ESPN for incidents dating back to 2015. The former ESPN anchor and legal analyst is accusing ESPN of not addressing her complaints, specifically against SportsCenter host John, I don't know how you say his last name, it's Buchagros. But many are accused of varying degrees of harassment in the suit. Ms. Lawrence's allegations against SportsCenter hosts became public in December, in which she claimed that Buchagros called her doll face. Hey, doll face!
That sounds like a joke, doll face. Does anyone really use doll face in a... No, I'm not defending him. I'm just like, that sounds like something out of a 40s movie. Hey, doll face.
Yeah, it does.
Listen, my friend Scarface says it all the time.
Dream Girl, and I guess he said hashtag because there's hashtag before. Hashtag Dream Girl and hashtag Long Legs.
This is clearly someone who watches a lot of Turner Classic Movies.
In text messages sent in 2016. She's quite a tomato, let me tell you. Lawrence had filed a complaint against ESPN last summer, but the new lawsuit filed in Connecticut comes with an 85-page complaint that divulges more details. ESPN is and always has been a company rife with misogyny. The first line of the complaint reads, ESPN denies it. And then, of course, this is owned by Disney.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So she knows where the money is, and she's probably smart to file. It's interesting that she filed another lawsuit in Connecticut. There must be some reason for that. Russia says, yes, we stopped Mitt Romney from being president.
He would not
being
be
Secretary of State. We did not like him for Secretary of State, so we stopped it.
We need someone more, pliable.
New York Magazine reports that Christopher Steele of the infamous Steele dossier says that former British spy. Oh no, I'm misreading that. It said the former British spy. So he authored a separate dossier with a senior Russian official as its source. That source said individuals inside Russia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs claimed to have stopped Romney from becoming head of the State Department. Steele's memo said Russia used unspecified channels to request that Trump choose a Secretary of State who would remove Ukraine-related sanctions. So the United States in the Obama administration had sanctioned Russia for messing around in Ukraine. The people in Ukraine want to be independent. Russia says, no, we own you. And
there's oil and gas there.
Yeah.
We
well,
would like
it's.
to
I
have
think it's.
control over.
I don't know if it's. It's not that the oil and gas is there, but it's a
port.
It's a port of some sort that's a really essential.
It's strategically advantageous.
Yeah. And so they would. And then I think the Obama administration, as I recall, put sanctions on Russia for meddling in Ukraine. And so Steele said that. We think Romney would keep the sanctions.
Well, because Romney said that Russia is the greatest threat when he was running. Yeah. I was right.
I told you so.
And by the way, those of you who follow these things a little bit and you think, now this Steele guy, why does anybody pay attention to him? All I know is that anything that I've ever read about him specifically, people in intelligence agencies in America say he has never failed us. He's always been spot on. He was very respected when he was working for the British M5 or whatever it's called.
MI6.
He worked for them for a number of years. He was an agent for them.
Yeah. He's done freelance work for the FBI and CIA.
Yeah, several times, and he's always been very reliable. He's not, So that's Steele.
Yeah.
There you go.
Emergency traffic.
Oh yeah.
Gina. Yes, this just happened. Rollover accident on I-215 southbound on the east side at about 3900 South.
Oh.
Just happened.
Yeah. Which southbound is it?
It's I-215 southbound on the east side at about 3900 South.
That is a horrible, horrible merge. That's where I-80 comes into 215 and all of that right in there. And then people are jockeying to get off. It's horrible.
It's bad.
Thanks, Carrie.
And then here, this is an odd story. Now, back in the day when I was buying rolling papers a lot, I always bought Zigzag.
Well, yeah, it was the brand you trusted. It was Cheech and Chong's favorite brand. So
but also a big brand, and I used occasionally. was bamboo.
Yes, Big Bamboo, also Cheech and Chong approved.
And that's
Oh,
BAMBU.
I see that because there's a picture of it at x96.com/live.
Some old picture of some old hippies carrying a big bamboo sign. As I recall, the bamboo, they were maybe wheat papers. So they're
were healthier then.
They were kind of yellow. Yeah.
They're whole grain rolling
Yeah.
papers.
Well, Larry Spielvogel is heir to the bamboo rolling papers fortune.
Is there a fortune there?
Maybe.
Apparently there is. And so is sending... He might just find out that this is not a good thing to do.
Okay.
Sending photos to overweight women of a shapely woman in a bikini. He has been accused of doing this.
You're fat shaming? Is that what?
Yeah. So apparently what's happened, Mr. Spiegelvogel is 67, and he allegedly sent swimwear photos of his much younger wife, Deborah. Would you see? I tried to look up a picture of her real quick, and I couldn't. Her name is Deborah Wisdom Spielvogel. Spielvogel. He's been sending her picture to clients at the Rice House Healthier program near Durham, North Carolina, with the message, "Hey, bitches, no fat asses here with me." 2 years ago, he was banished from the program, a clinic that treats obesity and a variety of medical disorders, for bad behavior. At the time, the New York Post, learned that he was trolling female members with the photos, and it may get him in big trouble with the law. The source added that as of the end of 2017, all the emails and texts were turned over to the FBI. I would also be interested to know, it doesn't say here in this story, really how big the bamboo rolling paper fortune is. Yeah.
Is there money there?
Because I don't see bamboo that often.
I
see zigzag all the time.
I don't go to places where I see rolling papers ever anymore. You must go to museums
None
where
of your,
they
none of your business.
Okay.
Museums.
Sure.
Rolling paper
Sure.
museum.
There are museums and colleges and government offices.
It's fun. It's funny. Back in the day, I would have known exactly where to go to buy rolling papers, and I don't. I guess, do they sell them at convenience stores?
Sometimes.
I guess they still. And bamboo is still around.
I haven't seen it. I always see zigzag.
All right. Zigzag used to have several. They developed several varieties. I remember back in the day, which was interesting.
Weather
is nice. Look at it. It's blue sky. It's sunny. It's 44. How about that?
All right.
Zigzag was.
It's
You could double them up.
With Radio from Hell on X96.
Why would you do that?
Make a bigger cigarette. More tobacco.
Huh.
More harmless tobacco.
Yeah. That's what they were for. That's why they were smoking harmless tobacco.
Harmless tobacco.
You get a pouch of drum tobacco and some zigzag.
Not actually harmless.
Here we go. Boehner fight, the winner from round one. One lawmaker was late for the vote. He was picking up his wife at high school. This is the Kentucky child bride situation. Apparently, you can marry girls as young as 13, only if they're pregnant in Kentucky.
Just every...
And they're trying to fix this law, but there's opposition to it.
Parents' rights issue if you want to marry off your kids when
That's
they're
right.
14.
Want to get her pregnant when she's 13 and marry her off to a 40-year-old guy. And then there was Boehner candidate number 2. That's from round 2. It was only for nap time. Daycare workers lacing gummy bears with melatonin and giving them to the kids so that they would
nap.
They would nap. They'd be, they get rowdy. So they need to nap. Those are your 2 candidates. Vote for them.
You got to decide which one of these 2 candidates deserves to be Boehner of the Day. Which one is the worst and most deserving of that title? Pick it, 1 or 2, the candidate number. Put the candidate number of the one you think should win in the message of a text. Text that to our short code 33986. All right, that's one way. You can call, use your voice, 877-602-9696. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boehner Fight March 6. And vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. It'll appear.
But
You've only got 4 minutes to do it. Let's go. This is Boner of the Day.
Keep the radio on.
I made a big mistake. Well, I didn't. It had to be done at some point. I haven't gotten on the scale, weighed myself, that is, since. So I had some back surgery to relieve some pressure on, excuse me, on the nerves in my back, and that has made it difficult for me to. Well, it's made it impossible for me to do any exercise. And I exercise a lot, usually.
Uh-huh.
And then I went on vacation.
Well, sure.
And
you don't ever weigh yourself after vacation.
And you always put on a little weight on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So a lack of exercise for a month, and then going on vacation for however many days to Hawaii, which involved a lot of
pineapple, drinking.
A lot of
empty calories.
Empty calories. Thank you. That. Would you please? Damn it, Gina. Could you start with the euphemisms? Would you not zero right in on the problem? Start with the euphemisms. I say, oh, is Aunt Flo here? You know, I don't say what, John the Rag. You having a period?
You're trying to be funny.
Start with the euphemisms, please.
Before the reality?
Yeah, don't let the reality just don't smack me in the face with it, please. So 10 pounds since the last time I weighed myself.
So in a month you've gained 10.
I think I'd have to look and see when that surgery was.
You don't look like you've gained 10 pounds.
Oh, I sure feel like it. And I don't? Really? No?
You look fine.
I think you always say that though. Because I don't know, why does she always say that? Because I don't think it's true.
I'm sorry, I was chasing down things that we have to take care of here. I'm, trying to fix the show. That's all.
She always says, you look fine. I think it's you say that either because you don't really look at me or at people. Because I look at you, and I wouldn't say that about you.
I didn't ask your opinion on how I look or how much weight I gained on my vacation.
I didn't ask yours either. You just offered it. I didn't ask your opinion.
Okay, I won't say you look fine. I start out saying something nice and I get in trouble for that.
I don't think I look. I think you can tell I've put on 10 pounds. Can't you, Carrie?
Gina, watch and learn. Really?
Can you tell that I put on 10 pounds?
You hide it well.
But you can tell, can't you?
No.
You can't?
No. I also don't look at you very closely.
I believe that.
It's true. I don't look at anybody very closely.
I know.
I keep my head down. I do my job. I get out.
I look at people too closely.
Yeah, would you quit looking at me so closely?
I'm sorry, how's your eye?
It's better.
Is it really?
It doesn't.
That's what you said. That's what you said when it wasn't.
But now it's just crusty, not puffy.
What did your husband say now that he's seen you? Did he, when he got home and looked at it, did he go, my God, why didn't you go to the doctor?
No, he's still saying it's fine, so it's fine. It's scabby.
I think that if you had FaceTimed him,
yeah,
he would have looked at it and went, "Oh God,
yeah,
boots,
no,
get in there."
He was with me all weekend, and it was fine.
But so again, he doesn't look at you very closely. He just keeps his head down and does his job when he's with you.
Exactly.
Which I'm glad that he doesn't notice I've gained weight.
No,
so
he just keeps his head down and does his job.
Michael Allred, Gina Barberi, Radio from Hell on X96.
Before we award Boner of the Day,
what?
I need to remind you about ZeroRes.com.
Oh, yeah.
I need to call them today.
Do it.
Again?
Well, we're getting a new couch, and I want to get the carpets cleaned before we have the new couch.
Well, there you go. Zero Res. Their carpet cleaning has a very high rating on Google, you know. And if you haven't rated them on Google yet, Gina, you should because you use them all the time. Zero Res, they really are terrific. They will clean your carpets. They'll clean the tile. They can do countertops and glass. Like if you have a glass shower door.
I do.
That is stained with hard water deposits. And that's very difficult to clean on your own. They come in, cleaned, and I think they can put something on it that if you have hard water, it will keep it cleaner for a long time. Zero Res is who we're talking about. They clean carpets. That's their wheelhouse right there is carpets and tile. So right now, $33 per room of carpet or tile. Mix and match whatever you need. $33 per room. Minimums and restrictions do apply. So call them 801-288-9376. That's 288-ZERO for Zero Res.
All right. Time to award Boner of the Day.
Yeah.
Brought to you by?
It's brought to you by this sheet pan chicken dish, which was delicious with potatoes and peppers, yellow peppers, red peppers. I don't think there were any onions, but man, it was good.
And try a Subway starting 5 fresh value meal featuring favorite subs of the Utah Jazz starting lineup. Enter to win a VIP suite experience. Go into Subway, find out how to enter.
So Boner candidate number one was one lawmaker was late for the vote because he was picking up his wife at the high school. This is the Kentucky child bride law situation. It's amazing. There are two other states that are kind of similar, Texas and I forget what the other one was. You know, Utah used to be. They fixed that law quite a while ago. But as I recall, there was 13. You could marry at 13 in Utah at one time. That's number one. Boner candidate number two. Well, it was only for nap time. You know, we laced some gummy bears with some melatonin, gave it to the little kids at the daycare because they just wouldn't settle down. Any predictions? There was an overwhelming winner.
Number two.
I think number one.
Number one.
Really?
Child brides.
Child brides in Kentucky, yeah. Overwhelming.
Because, Carrie, that's a permanent, thing against kids. The
Yeah.
melatonin will wear off.
Yeah, you give them a little melatonin, and it's okay.
All right. All right, there is your Boner of the Day. It is now qualified to be Boner of the Week. We'll do that on Friday at about this time.
You know, my mother was a modern mother. When I was a kid, she used to give me paregoric.
And it wore off, and you're fine.
Yeah, you could get that over the counter, I believe, at the time, and it's an opioid. And, I have a tummy ache, Mom. I can't sleep. Have a little paregoric.
You made up tummy aches, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed.
You've had a tummy ache every day this week, Billy.
I enjoyed the paregoric.
Did you have a favorite stuffed animal when you were not feeling well that you snuggled up with?
I'm trying to remember if I can't think of really ever having a stuffed animal.
What is this?
Well, a new study.
A new study?
Is there a list involved, or is it just...
No, it's a study.
Just a study?
Okay.
84% of men still have somewhere, doesn't mean it's on your bed or on a shelf, a childhood favorite stuffed animal.
Yes.
Now, you would be surprised because you would think it would be more likely women. No, 77% of women, but 84%. You have a stuffed animal?
You mean childhood? Because I have stuffed animals.
No, childhood.
From
stuffed,
childhood,
yeah.
it no longer exists because I loved it to death. But there was a little little plush dog that I had.
What was his name?
Brownie.
Brownie?
Yeah. Cause
was he brown?
He was brown.
Yeah.
But no,
that's how little kids' names.
Listen,
I loved him.
My
to
daughter
death.
had a dog named Blackie.
Yeah, I loved him to death, and so he no longer exists. And but I still have a lot of stuffed animals.
What you have
that are my own?
Why?
Just that I've had over the years. I've got one with great fondness of memory is one that I got at Harrods in London of Mr. Toad.
Oh,
I have that one. I have a Roger Rabbit. I have a Ren and Stimpy. I have a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I've got Space Ghost. I've got Frankenstein Jr. I've got Adam Ant.
Good Lord.
As in Up and Adam Ant.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the Flying Monkey from Wizard of Oz.
Really?
Yeah. Let's see. I've got a Space Ghost.
That's not an animal.
Well, it's plush.
A stuffed thing.
It's a plush. I got a bunch of them. I got Speed Buggy. I got...
Are they all on display?
Yeah, they're all in my
So
in
that's
the studio.
different than Brownie, though.
Oh, so the study is about
It's
specifically...
about like your childhood.
What was Brownie?
It was a dog.
A dog?
Yeah, a little dog.
Because now I have my childhood teddy bear that's in a box somewhere, but I still.
But you have it.
I still have it.
Of course you do.
It's Cody.
Cody?
Cody.
I once had a good friend of mine's little child. She had this little stuffed rabbit, and she said, "Well, I don't know what to name it." She was like 5 or 6, and I said, "No, it's already got a name. It's here on the tag. It's Shredded Foam." she said, "Shredded Foam, that's great."
It's better than Cody.
and she called this little stuffed rabbit Shredded Foam because that's what it was stuffed with.
Do you have one, Richie?
The one that I have in my bed at my dad's house, because I'm a grown man who lives at his parents' house.
You have it in your bed?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's actually technically, Gina, your bed that you gave me.
My
so
old
I have,
bed?
It is a dog, and his name is Peterson. And Peterson was picked out when I got to stay home from school a couple of days in the 3rd grade to take care of Grandma when she had her back surgery. So when I couldn't be with Grandma, she kept Peterson. And then when Grandma was feeling all right, she gave Peterson back to me.
Peterson is in your bed right now?
Yeah, just it's like on the corner of my bed. I don't like arm hug it.
You know, he pees in that bed all the time.
yeah.
I know.
Peterson or
Peterson
me?
did it.
Because my suggestion, yeah, it was Cody.
Cody!
Because my suggestion for men, if you're dating a woman and you go to her bedroom and she has stuffed animals on her bed, you should
run away.
You should go away. But Richie has.
It's in the corner.
Because if you have a sentimental stuffed animal, you keep them somewhere special, but not on your bed.
I did have. I take it back. I had, and this is when I was in high school. The girl that I was, we had Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy.
Oh, that's
and,
cute.
You know, yeah.
You don't usually do cute stuff like that.
Well, I know. Sometimes I do. I just don't talk about it. Actually, I probably do more cute things than you would imagine.
Really?
I just don't. Yeah, I just don't ever talk about it because I don't care for cute in general. So yeah, because Raggedy Ann and Raggedy Andy, if you split them up, their candy hearts will break.
That's awful sweet.
That's marketing.
Oh.
That's right.
You can't just have one. You
got to
have them both.
Carrie, why'd you have to ruin things?
Sorry.
And I think my daughter, Little Mrs. Bill, has them. I'll have to look.
Look
I
around.
can't remember.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back. Excel Automotive Repair.
It's our mechanics.
On 33rd South there.
Yeah, if your car breaks, that's where you want to take it.
Because you want to take it to mechanics you can trust. Now, we talk about our regular maintenance we have Excel do, but sometimes something major happens.
Yep.
And you're like, this is a big thing, and it's going to be expensive. I want to make sure it's done the right way. Excel Automotive Repair is the place to take it.
Steve and Richard, Kip, the mechanic whose name I don't remember, they all, he's good. He's the one who left his flashlight in my car, and I finally got it back to him.
Oh, and speaking of, somebody texted and said, what's that X-Pole music? Ask Steve at Excel. He's the one who supplied it to me. So,
Steve has been a great friend of the program for a long time, and we're lucky to have him as a friend of the program for any number of reasons. But of course, because he's a great mechanic, and they're honest as the day is long at Excel Automotive Repair. Don't forget the $50 used car check that they do. And they still have a special deal for, I don't know, we'll have to check on it. But they're great. XL Automotive Repair, 33rd South, 3rd East. On the most current episode of the Let's Go Eat Show, I talked to Lee George Cade. He's a member of the GeekShowPodcast.com panel. He's a vegan jerky impresario, and he's been lurking around in my life for over 20 years. Lee George Cade on this episode of the Let's Go Eat Show, the letsgoeatshow.com. Because then I went upstairs to work and get up there about 3:30, and I just kept thinking all morning. I have no thoughts. There is nothing going through my mind. My noggin is empty.
You're not angry about anything?
No, but I'm sure you'll change that at some point here pretty quickly.
Well, you should be grateful for that.
I am. You people don't know how grateful I am that if all else fails, Gina can get me going. Just
happy to help.
Yeah, and not in a.
I thought you'd be all upset about Prince Philip. I thought that would get you going today.
Who gives a rat's ass about Prince Philip? Not me.
I don't know, man. There was a press release.
It's about. Listen, I think if he needs to step back, that's fine.
I thought
seems a little early at 95.
It would give you a chance to talk about how he farts all the time.
I don't know.
He has more time to fart now that he's stepping back from something like that.
He can't step
Private
back because he
time.
farts so much. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about that. There's very little in the news right now that I care about.
Healthcare? You don't care about that?
I'm the opposite.
pretty...
I care about a lot of it, but I don't want to talk about it
Well,
because it's just going to make me mad.
See, and I think what it is.
If you were a woman, you'd be upset about healthcare.
I think what it is that I've become pretty numb.
Steve Hatch Family Chocolates. I saw him post on Facebook yesterday, and it's a picture of him standing there going, "Guess what? I'm a walking pre-existing condition."
Exactly. He has dwarfism.
He said I obviously made poor choices in utero.
Yeah.
that made.
Yeah, I mean, but they don't give a good God.
There you go. There's
about
the mad.
it.
There's the mad.
They don't care.
There it is.
That smug.
There it
Son
is.
of a bitch, Paul Ryan.
There it is.
With his big ears sticking out, and I'm going to the gym. I wear my hat backwards.
Oh, he gets to keep Obamacare, by the way.
Yeah,
oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They want it.
They
want it. They got a special dispensation in there. They get it.
Y'all
don't.
I don't think insurance should cover the pre-existing condition of meanness.
Gina Barberi, Radio from Hell on X96.
What?
I just forgot this happened to me yesterday, but I'm wondering if this has happened to anybody else.
What's that?
I'm sitting in my car.
That has happened to me.
Yeah, you're going to have to be more specific.
I'm sitting in my...
Thanks for adding on to my lame joke to make it really work.
Yeah, that's how you.
Yeah,
that's how people talk sometimes, though. Yeah, well, you're gonna have to be more specific.
Out in front of a store, I'm sitting in my car, looking at my phone.
Yeah,
and my passenger door opens. The guy said, "Is this Uber?" Scared out of me. I'm like,
why?
No. Why?
Yeah, why?
Why did it scare me?
Yeah.
Somebody opens my car door.
Okay. Did it scare you until he said, "Is this an Uber?"
No, I was still no.
See, you're talking to a guy, remember? You're talking, this is me. When I was at a light going up the street and a guy came running up to my car and said, I need a ride, man. I need a ride. My girlfriend's about to have a baby. And I said, get in. Remember that story?
Yeah.
So,
but I'm just curious, because with Uber and Lyft and everything now, any car can be in.
No, you always look for the sticker in the window.
Yeah.
That's what you would think, but I'm just wondering if anybody else has had this happen, where if you're sitting in your car in front of a business, somebody just opens the door and goes, "Hey, is this an?"
So your solution would have been, and I'm assuming you did this, you say, no, and he said, oh, sorry, and closed the door.
Yeah, but it still freaked me out. He just opened the door like he was getting ready to close.
Plus, you have the name of your driver on the app. It says, Steve is coming around to pick you up, and clearly you're not Steve. Or you open the door, or you knock. You don't open the door.
No,
I never
just
presume to do
open the
that.
door.
You knock and go, Steve? Uber?
Yeah, I've been a little confused sometimes about which car is which. When I'm
Because
using
it says,
Lyft.
it's a gray, Honda.
Yeah.
Well, how many gray Hondas
Or it's
are?
at night or whatever. So you got to be more specific, though.
Dylan
Right?
drives.
The Lyft app shows you the car is approaching.
Right.
So you have an idea.
But like if you're inside and you're like, oh, my ride's here, and you run out and you see someone sitting in a car, you're like,
it happens. I've heard of this. This has happened to other people. I've had friends who have had people think that they were Lyft drivers and who have gotten into random cars because they thought it's a fairly common thing.
I'm sure.
Mostly when you're drunk, I'd imagine.
yeah, this was the middle of. I don't think this guy was drunk.
No, you don't know.
Why, Gina? Because it was the middle of the day? Hey!
Ask Bill what he's going to be doing the middle of the day today. But I'm jealous.
You're jealous?
I'm jealous. See, I drive for Lyft. I have the decals. I've always thought it would be really cool someday for somebody to just get in my car thinking I'm their Lyft, and I'd probably drive them somewhere, but just say I cash only. Start making money without giving Lyft their cut. It's never happened.
You're no longer driving for Lyft, by the way.
There was only one time that there was confusion with a Lyft ride, and it was when Sue and I were at the airport waiting for our ride to come get us to take us home. And according to the app, he was still on approach. He was still on approach. And then we get the text that says, I've been sitting here for 5 minutes. Where are you? Well, the app says you're still on approach, and he was right there in front of us.
Yeah.
That happens in the big Vegas casinos when you have 200 people waiting for the ride shares. And, there are bound to be in that many rides like 3 Nissan Altimas that are the same color. And so you have to call or look at the license plates.
But yeah, even if I thought you might be my Lyft, I would not open the door. I would wave or
because you
knock.
might have some overly skittish woman like Gina who's going to...
Well, she might be packing,
No, I'm not.
Thank God she's not. She'd shoot people all the time.
You don't.
She'd shoot innocent people who've made a simple mistake.
Bang!
Scared me.
I've had that happen. John Smith checking in, by the way.
You've had someone open your car door and say, "Is this
get in the back seat." We were across the street from Disneyland at the Red Lion Hotel, and we had just pulled up. My wife and kid are in the back, and this guy just gets in the car, and I'm like, "Hey, dude!" And he has this panicked look on his face.
How did you know his name was Dude?
I was just like, "Well, he looked like a dude. I have this gift, where I can pick out,
And did he get out?
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Did you think I was your Uber driver?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm so sorry."
Yeah. So it happens.
It was an honest.
And it scared the crap out of Gina.
And I didn't shoot him.
I don't think that's weird that scared me, that somebody just opened my car door and...
I'd freak out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I'd just go, no. And then they would go away.
Oddly enough, I'm the guy that you'd think would be like freaked out about that. But
aren't you packing? Why didn't you shoot him?
I was packing, and I just kind of I
your wife
automatically
and kid in the car
had
and a stranger. If you're not going to shoot somebody, then when are you going to shoot them?
Come on, you've always been wanting to shoot somebody.
It was pretty obvious. Like, I was able to figure it out pretty quick what his deal was, because just the panicked look on his face was like, ah, no,
oh, Bobby,
oh, I sell propane.
All right,
should we do our promo?
Do the promo and get out of here.
Gotta go catch my Uber.
On Wednesday's Radio from Hell show,
send us your things that must go. Radio from Hell at x96.com. Put must go in the subject line, and we will read them at 6:45 and 8:45.
7:45, it's Let Me Speak to the Lieutenant Governor. This is the last time of this session he'll be here. Ask him your questions, get your answers.
Then at 9 a.m., it's Corey's concert and community calendar.
Well, that's all on Wednesday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
All right.
You know what I've got today? Smashing Pumpkins tickets.
Oh, tickets?
Yes.
That's nice. Where are you, and when you're going to use them or what?
I'm going to give them away at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
So I'm going to play a Smashing Pumpkins tune, maybe a deep cut that you haven't heard for a while.
Please.
And I'll give you a keyword, and you'll text that in. If you're the 96th person to do so, you win.
Nice.
It's that easy.
Well, that's good.
Are they getting good notices on their tour, the Smashing Pumpkins?
They haven't started the tour
they haven't started yet.
But it is the reunion tour.
Yeah.
You've got Jimmy Chamberlain and James Iha, and then Darcy is going to be at home doing nothing like she did in the 90s.
It's a very talked about tour.
As our old boss used to say, Darcy is kicking horse turds down the road.
Yep.
All right, live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
All you need is a sock.
John Smith is next.
Let's get to it.
A 1-hour nonstop music wingding starts now. Utah's original alternative, X96.